average and then divide by the total number of credits. So naturally, a course which is say a 5-credit course gets half the weightage as a 10-credit course. So that's basically the idea. So that's the credit process. And we set up a process by which instead of simply saying I finished so many subjects, because each subject can be offered or each course can be offered with a higher level or a lower level, introductory level, various levels you can offer each course. You actually collect credits. So we say that, by the time you complete your 4-year program here, a typical undergrad is supposed to gather 400 credits. So you will do different courses. So maybe let us say you do 4 10-credit courses in this semester, in your first semester, you have gathered 40 credits if you successfully clear those 4 courses. So that's how you progress through the program here. And by the time you graduate, you should have about 400 credits. Now, can you take these 400 credits randomly? I mean, is it that you just step in and you just take some random course and keep going? Yes and no. I mean, there is a structure to the program. And that is what we mean by saying you have joined the mechanical engineering department or computer science department or metallurgy department of metallurgical materials engineering. When you join the department has a curriculum corresponding to that program, right? So there they will tell you that there are a specific set of courses which you must do, these are called the core courses. So these are courses which are which lay the basic foundation for that area of engineering. So if you're a civil engineering, there may be there may be courses on structures, there may be other courses on cement and concrete and non-destructive analysis, because you have to figure out how long a bridge will last, etc. Right? So you will have courses related to that. If you join metallurgical engineering, you may have one course on alloys, you may have one course on nanotechnology, you may have one course on materials for energy, you can have one on failure of materials, you can have one on how materials are joined together, all these kinds of things, composite materials, or all these new modern materials which are used for applications that you presently see, semiconducting materials, all your phones are made of semiconducting materials. So in material science, you learn all of that. So therefore, when you join a program, there are a certain set of courses that the department will specify, which you must take. And then our curriculum gives you a lot of flexibility to add on additional courses, which you can do your own way, right? And that is what we have, which are called electives. So there are courses which are predefined by the department, and those are called core courses. So every student who joins the department must necessarily do those courses. Then about 40% of our courses are free for you to select. You can select a wide way. There'll be either baskets or even unlimited number of courses from which you can select. So what this permits is, it permits you to have an education which kind of reflects your personality. So even though 2 students are graduating with, say, civil engineering or mechanical engineering, they are not necessarily going to arrive at the final year with exactly the same report card or transcript, as we call it. Your transcripts may look different. So one student may have been more interested in business, so they would have taken more management courses, maybe more finance courses, maybe more economics courses, and that will reflect there. Another person is interested in research, and so they may have done much more of math courses, maybe some more physics courses, some more computational materials related courses. So they'll have a different package. So when they come for placement or when they apply for universities abroad, they have built up a portfolio, so to speak, of courses that they have done, of activities that they have done, projects they have done, all of which will be on the transcript, which they can then showcase to a prospective employer or some university where they're trying to get into higher studies. So this is the way our program allows you some number of things to be common and some number of things to be designed by you, for which we give a lot of choice. So in electives, there are again some electives which are taken from a basket given by the department, which is actually a very large basket. And then there are other electives where it's completely unallotted, where you can take whatever you want. So let us say you are confident that you will be doing higher studies or working in a multinational company, and you feel it will be good to learn foreign languages. So there are courses on German, for example. You can learn German in our institute and so on. So this is the way in which our courses are done. Then we also have, as part of our program, so you just saw about core courses and elective courses. These are individual courses, right? I can take German 1, that is a single course. I can take economics, introduction to economics, that's a single course. Now we also have a package of courses called a minor stream. So different departments will offer their own minor stream. This is a set of courses which are related in some way broadly, so that they give you some specialization in an area. So you could be a BTech in, say, ocean engineering or naval architecture, and you can have a minor in economics. You can have a minor in electrical engineering, minor in aerospace engineering, which means you have done 4 courses specified by aerospace engineering or Department of Humanities, etc. You've done a package of 4 courses based on some framework that they have given, and then you get a separate certificate saying you have a minor in that area. So again, this is another way in which you can express your interests, your liking, your strong points, some indication of where you want to go professionally. So it's our system allows you to try a few electives, figure out what you like, and then do a minor in that area, and that way you can have this minor certificate in your resume. And the even bigger, so this is like elective is one level of choice, minor is the next higher level of choice, and even higher level of choice is that you can get a dual degree. So a dual degree is one where you get a BTech in one area and then an MTech degree, both put together in 5 years. Normally, if you had to do this separately, it would be 6 years. You can now do it in 5 years. For this, you will be allowed to make the selection at the end of your 5th semester. There are some minimum criteria you must meet. You should be above a certain level of performance. Reasonable number of our students will be above that level of performance, and you can select. So you can select either a dual degree in your own area, which means, like to say, you are a civil engineer, you can do BTech plus MTech in civil engineering, or BTech and plus MTech in mechanical engineering or electrical engineering, and so on. So that means you are staying within the same discipline. You are getting a BTech and MTech dual degree. You will get 2 certificates. When you graduate, you are we are going to have a convocation in the next month and a half or so. And at that point, those students who graduate with dual degrees will actually have 2 degree certificates with them. One will say BTech and a separate certificate will say MTech. I just told you that you can get this in your own department. But additionally, we also have a set of MTech options, which are called interdisciplinary dual degree programs. Okay, so maybe you can play that video.
Shall I play this video first?
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it. Yeah.
There are 40% free electives. What I mean is you are allowed to do an elective from any department. So even outside of these free electives, you have a bunch of electives you can take within your home department itself. Hi everyone, my name is Ram Kamal. I am a 5th-year dual degree student from the Department of Electrical Engineering at IITM Madras. I am also currently elected Academic Affairs Secretary of the institute. Even though you have, say, up to 4 semesters, you have a good amount of courses that are fixed for you. You have a couple semesters after that to explore within your home department. If you take electrical engineering, for example, we have ALS, we have semiconductors, we have microprocessors. There's a lot of different fields that are out there. You will be given a foundation to all of these with a foundation level course and maybe even a single core follow-up course. After that, you have the option to go through a list of backup electives and decide what it is that you want to specialize within that. And even apart from that, you have another 40% free credits that are available, wherein you make the next choice. Do you want to specialize more within your home department, or do you want to explore something in some other territory? One salient feature that is there is that all coursework that we have over here, all the programs, computer science, electrical engineering, naval architecture, biosciences, all of these have a 40% minimum elective requirement. So any of these programs, any student, if he takes, he or she will have 60% of core courses, and all of that will include basic math, basic sciences, as well as some fundamental courses with respect to their department itself. But 40% they can literally take anything that they want in the institute and explore. I mean, the first way the teacher is how to greet anyone. Koreans are very particular on posture and how you conduct yourself while you say it. And say to me, Priyanka. My name is Priyanka Paledi. I am I took an elective in my 4th semester called Korean One. It's essentially a language connector and it's an introduction to Korean. You don't need any prerequisites. All you really need is interest, which I had. Yeah, I follow a lot of Korean, so I watch a lot of K-drama. I'm familiar with the language already, and I felt like it would be interesting to actually put the rules and exactly how language works. So in this course, your final grade, 50% of it is dependent on your final project. You have to either enact scenes from a popular movie or a K-drama, and basically just want to see if you can speak Korean well, or if you practice enough, then you can say the pronounce the words. Electives are basically like schoolwork that you I mean, basically, it's something that you do because something interests you, not because that's not what it is. It's a way for you to explore your interest. I already got placed in American Express as a data analyst. The major role behind getting this job, it completely was my coursework in Tech MBA. So the data analytics courses that I had helped me getting this offer. I'm Neha Bhosle. I'm currently in my final semester and I have done my BTech in Ocean Engineering, my dual degree in Tech MBA. So basically, IEEE Tech MBA, as the name suggests, it's like a combination of tech, that is engineering, and MBA. So you can work in any startup or organization that offers management training, consulting, or data analyst jobs. I think my favorite thing to learn in Tech MBA was learning about supply chain because there are various minute aspects to it. So there is a factory, there are distributors, there are shops, and there are customers. So how do you basically design a network and how you optimize the business so that you're cutting costs and you're maximizing your profits, but you're also running the business in the most efficient way.
Sorry, I cut her off. Professor, would you like me to come to the slide of the changes this year? Or you want to talk a little bit more about the dual degree? Should I open this link?
Yeah, IDD we can talk about since we are closer to that, then we will go on to the.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see,
Yeah.
you can see here a list of programs here. So it says advanced materials and nanotechnology, complex systems and dynamics, biomedical engineering, computational engineering, so on. Energy systems, robotics, quantitative finance, tech MBA, data science. So these are all different programs that we have here. And which basically means you can get a BTech in, let us say, metallurgical engineering and an MTech in energy systems. So this is a dual degree, a 5-year dual degree program.
Professor?
Yeah, just a minute, one more.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, so you can your 5-year program, we spoke about a dual degree program where you get a BTech as well as an MTech in the same area, which is electrical engineering or mechanical engineering and so on. Here, you get an interesting option of MTech in a completely different area, which is more in line with what industry is requiring, or special study programs are there in these areas, etc. So robotics, energy systems, electric vehicles, these are all really hot topics in the industrial sector. Quantitative finance, data science. These are all very interesting topics in the industrial sector and work areas and so on. And so you can. It's difficult to have an undergrad program in these. These are a bit too specialized for undergrad programs at this point. So we don't. So we actually have it as a dual degree in an interdisciplinary manner. So you can use your electives and minor stream and so on to figure out what you are interested in, and then you can apply for these IDDD programs. We have reasonable number of seats in them, but a few of them tend to be more competitive to get into. But that is based only on your performance here in campus. So once you join our campus, you're all the same. We are not really, again, going back to your JE rank for anything else. More or less, you're here and you're part of us. You're one of us. And then you apply for these programs based on your interest. So this is the list that is there now. We keep adding to this list. Different departments create new interdisciplinary programs, and so the choice is only going to increase for you. And in that process, you can really try something that's very interesting to you. So that's what I wanted to share on IDDD. Anything else you wanted to say?
Professor, I can see one question about why is dual degree better than BTech? Would you like to just explain why people choose a dual degree?
Yeah. So I'll tell you one thing. So one of the things is, okay, finally you're going to, make a career path for yourself at various places and so on. We do want to optimize time to some degree, and we also want to enhance the experience. So both of these are there. In an interdisciplinary, I mean,
Hello? Hello? Uh,
Amrit, we can hear you. I think the issue is from Professor Pratap's side.
Okay, sure. So let Professor Pratap rejoin. Meanwhile, I'll answer that. So a lot of students, what they do is after so the way the curriculum progresses is that you start with a broad set of courses, say in mechanical engineering or electrical engineering, you get an exposure to a broad set of courses. Then you start taking through your electives, you start taking various kinds of specific courses based on where your interest comes in. At some point, you may realize that I'm very interested in this subject and I want to do a little more studying before I go to the industry. And so you may choose to convert your BTech into your MTech. So it becomes a BTech MTech dual degree 5-year program. So that's the general idea of why people do a dual degree. Typically in the industry, dual degree students are get a higher average pay because they have specialized and they generally considered a little like it, they seem to have a little more market value. They also get better admits outside. So that's why people convert to dual degree. So if I'm in mechanical engineering, I can convert to a dual degree in mechanical engineering, or I could take an interdisciplinary dual degree. I could do a civil engineering plus data science dual degree, or I could do computer science plus electric vehicles dual degree. So that's the broad idea. I can see that some questions were around dual degree. I hope that's answered. So if some more questions come around dual degree, we can take that as and when it comes. I also can see that some people have asked, can we take a dual degree and then drop out after 4 years with a BTech? I maybe it's possible. I've never heard anyone do that willingly. It is highly risky. If you want to try it, you're welcome to try it, but it'll be a big risk on your career. Professor, I answered the Professor, if you've rejoined, I answered the question on your behalf.
Okay, great, thanks. Yeah. So
One question that's
yeah, so that's the idea, and
shall we? Sorry, I interrupted you. Sorry, there's some kind of a lag. Please go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. You were saying something. Go ahead.
I was saying that there's one question that's coming repeatedly. Can I take a dual degree and then graduate with a BTech? I was going to say, or I was saying just as you joined, that it's extremely risky. Maybe it's theoretically possible, but why will anyone do that? Most of the people convert 4 years to 5 years.
Okay, so let me, let me answer that. Right now, most of our, I think it's a valuable question. I had to turn off my video because the connection is a little sketchy at the moment. So please excuse me for that. The most of our admission, I'll tell you historically what's happened. I had only a BTech program for a long time. And then we created these parallel programs, which were both BTech as well as dual degree. So that is, you would get admission either in the BTech program or the dual degree program. We have now moved away from that largely. So now most of the admission is in the BTech program with an upgrade to the dual degree program. So in most cases, there are still one or two exceptions, but most of our admission is in the BTech program with a upgrade option available to the dual degree program. And so when you take that upgrade, we actually do give you flexibility, because sometimes students take the upgrade, but then within maybe a few months, they also get a job or some nice interesting opportunity that they want to pursue. So they then decide that no, I don't want a dual degree. I'll just go ahead and quit with the regular BTech. So if it's an upgrade, it's easy for us to get you the exit option with BTech itself. And so you do get that flexibility. I mean, you do get that flexibility. If you joined as a BTech student and then you did an upgrade, you will get the flexibility to switch back to your BTech program relatively easily. It's not a big issue. Now, if you joined as a dual degree program, so there are a few of them that we have. We have maybe about 2 or 3 of them. So there is one, I think, in aerospace, one in ED, and we also have one in physics in that mode. If you join there, then by default, you don't have the BTech exit option. You would have to complete 5 years in the program, and then you can request for an exit. And then it's a little bit more elaborate process. It's not something I would recommend you to aim for. So don't aim for it. If you're joining the 5-year program, aim to complete and take the full 5 years and complete the program completely. Only as an exception, we have a process, but that's usually means you had some difficulty in the program. It's not so it's not something that is a normal exit option. So if you're taking the dual degree thing, please don't think that automatically when you reach the 4th year, you can actually ask for the exit and you will get it in the 4th year. We don't, that option is not available in that sense.
Professor, you use the word upgrade. So I want to tell the audience, if you take a 5-year program and leave in 4 years, it's like saying, I got rank 1,000. No, I don't want rank 1,000. I want rank 10,000.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's exactly what you're asking. So yeah, sure. If you want to drop 10,000 ranks, go for it. Yeah, again, just to be clear, the dual degree programs are more interesting on campus and more people choose it. Professor, shall we go on to the changes in the academic system?
Yes,
Because
definitely,
it's a bunch
definitely.
of branch change related questions. Let's take them head on.
Yes. So we have made a lot of changes, very interesting changes to our academic process here in this very recently. In fact, very recently it got approved. And so when you join IIT Madras in, by end of July, August 2024, you will be utilizing our new curriculum, which is very, very exciting from a curriculum perspective because it gives you a lot of freedom to do what you want. We have reduced the total number of credits by 10%. That's the first thing that we have done. This gives you more time to explore many things. You will find that once you come into campus, although you right now have a lot of questions on specific courses and electives and so on, when you come to campus, there's a whole other part of your personality that you will be able to explore, and you'll have avenues to explore. You'll have positions of leadership, various things that you can do, various activities which very likely you were not able to do these last 2-3 years, for which you're highly talented, or at least you're interested, that you would like to try it and see for yourself. A lot of sports activities, many things that at this age you should really explore, enjoy, and be part of. All of those opportunities will open up to you, and so you need time for all of that. And we felt that a 10% reduction in the number of credits will enable you to do that. Not just that, it'll also enable you to focus more on courses that you like. And that's kind of what this is all about. I can talk about that more if you have some questions, but in general, about 10% reduction in the credits, which is not a whole lot, meaning we are reducing about a course or a course and a half per year, which is not a huge reduction, but still a significant reduction. Since we have done that, we have the next thing that we have done, which is we used to have our workshop. First year, you'll have something called a workshop. You will do many hands-on activities, which you have, some of you might have done. I mean, it really varies from person to person. I can see young people who are very hands-on in what they do. There are also young people who have a great difficulty doing anything hands-on. And this will give you exposure to that. Workshop will give you exposure to that. First year, you have a workshop in the first semester and in the second semester. This was put in the vacation just to give more time during the semester. But now, since we have reduced the credits, we have pushed it back into the vacation. Pushed it back into the semester. So 2 weeks that used to be consumed, 2 weeks of vacation, the summer vacation and winter vacation, which used to be consumed by doing this workshop, they are now free because that workshop is back in the semester. So as first year students here, you will get 2 more weeks of vacation, both in the winter, that is around December, as well as next summer, which will be around end of May or something like that. So more or less, you will have 8 months of courses and then 4 months of vacation. Can you imagine that last 2 years, did anyone ever tell you that you'll have 4 months of vacation, right? So you have 4 months of vacation to be fully, truly yourself. So this is what you have. And by the way, I'll also tell you, by the time you complete your first year, you will love our campus so much that it will be difficult to drive you out of this campus. This is the standard thing that we find. Most students come to our campus, and for the first month or so, they tend to be a little homesick and they want to go home. Every break they get, they'll try to make a trip home, etc., etc. By the time the first vacation or second vacation comes, we have to literally drive them out of the campus. Otherwise, they're not leaving. So that's the extent to which they settle in and they just love this place. So anyway, in any case, whether you stay here or whether you go home or whether we have to drive you or invite you back, doesn't matter. You have that vacation, right? So that's what you're going to have. We have now introduced a new course called the recreation course. It was never there before. You're going to have, when you join here in July, end of July, you will have a course called the recreation course. First semester, you'll also have one in the second semester. This is again to help you rediscover your personality, because I think a lot of it was just completely suppressed these last couple of years. And we feel that, we should gradually rehabilitate you back to enjoying yourself, right? So we are going to have this recreation course, and this will have activities in sports. It will have activities in, we have four baskets. One is sports related activities. The other is, which is whatever you can imagine, cricket coaching or soccer or whatever it is that you're interested in. We expect to have a bunch of such activities related to sports. You will also have some activities related to cultural activities, which could be singing, dancing, drama, whatever. Some of those activities will be there. We'll also have something that we call co-curricular activities, which are things like, circuit building, making models for robotics, something like, a rover, some aero modeling, things like that, which are sort of related to engineering, but it's hands-on building. You build something, you test it, you play with it, you work with a bunch of friends. The whole thing will involve activity, which will be group activity. You will have to work with people, and so on. And then there's a fourth basket. I just told you about sports, cultural, co-curricular. There's a fourth basket, which is another basket, which has things like yoga, learning languages, things like that. There are certain set of activities which will come into that. Personality development, something like that. Again, all of these will be some group activity. You will have to come out of your rooms, you have to get rid of all your books, etc., show up at a place with a bunch of different people, participate in an activity, socialize, and so on. So these are all the things that you're going to have. You're going to get credits for it. You're going to get 2 credits. No, great. We are going to, because we want you to have fun. So you can be, you can be very goofy and have fun there, and that's absolutely fine. We want you to experience a few different baskets. We force you to try out 2 or 3 baskets. So that at the end of it, you can go ahead and do what you want in the years ahead, so to speak. So this is our first, improved experience for you in the first year. Then we move on to the higher years, which is, let us say, the second year. So in the third or fourth semester, we have now introduced a course on entrepreneurship. This is a very valuable step in our opinion, because a lot of students these days are looking to start companies, and this is a beautiful thing to do. I must tell you that, our director often says this, and hopefully he'll join us at 5:30, and this is usually a point that he likes to highlight. As students of IIT Madras, we are not really looking, we would like you to think of yourselves as something really special, and that just means don't simply aim to be somebody's employee. Right. So when you keep hearing this thing that so-and-so got a pay package, so-and-so got this pay package, etc., and you also have questions on pay package. Remember, when you talk of pay package, you're aiming low. You are saying that, I will work for somebody. I will be somebody's, employee. Whereas you actually have all the attributes, all the capabilities, all the support system in place here in campus that you can become an employer. I mean, imagine that. Would you like to be, whatever, Elon Musk or somebody? I mean, of course, he may have made it very big, but whatever it is, you would like to be some kind of a person like that who runs an organization where, hundreds or thousands of people are employed. I mean, even monetarily, you want to talk about it, like, you're talking of some mega amount of compensation that you get. Of course, you don't start by aiming for the compensation, but you can start by aiming for that freedom. Imagine the freedom if you are the owner of that enterprise, right? Rather than you being the employee of that enterprise. Employee of the enterprise means somebody tells you what to do, and then you go do it, and for that you get paid something, right? Whereas if you are the person who runs that enterprise, it's a very it's a joy of discovery. You're discovering the world in your own way. So, but that requires some skills. Some people inherently learn those skills and are able to manage, but it helps to have exposure to it in a formal way. So in your third or fourth semester, we will have, depending on which program you have, in some programs it's in the third semester, in some programs it's in the fourth semester, you get a course on entrepreneurship. We hope that this will spark something in you. And we have our Center for Innovation. We have a lot of other opportunities in campus where you can have this kind of a background in your mind and also try various projects. And then you see something clicks, you work with remember, some of the friendships you make here will last you a lifetime. And with these friends, you'll be trying out some project, you find it very interesting, and then you open a company in it. We have the ecosystem here to help you with that. We have people who will help you with startups and all that. So we have all of that. It's not just simply about imagining a company. We'll take you to the next step and so on. So that will help you, right? Then we also have the next thing, which is in the 6th semester, we have only electives, which means there is no compulsion that you have to take a particular course. So you don't have to worry if you don't take that course. And also, given that we have reduced the credits a little bit, there are usually 4 or 5 electives to be taken that semester. You can potentially plan and take the elective a little earlier or a little later, which means your 6th semester is essentially free for doing internships or semester exchange programs with other universities. So this is an amazing opportunity that you have at IIT Madras, because your 5th semester will end sometime November end. So you will have all of December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So 8 months you will have at your disposal, right? So the winter vacation, the January to May semester, and the summer vacation that follows that. So 8 months stretch during which you can be an intern in some company, or you can go on a semester exchange program to some foreign university. We have a very rich, relationship package with a lot of universities across the world. And so many of our students go on these semester exchange programs. The big advantage of either going on an internship or on a semester exchange program is that you get to check out that university and that particular research group, and they get to check you out on a personal level across 8 months. Same thing. Yeah, here you have global engagement. Same thing if you go for an industry. So here you can see something a lot about our semester exchange program. So many institutes across the world. They are in Australia, US, Europe, Taiwan, you just name it. We have so many exchange programs. Incidentally, when you come to campus, you will see this exchange program is both ways. We have about, I think about 150 international students also in campus. So you get to interact with them during your classes. So this is a very active program, and you can use this 8-month opportunity to do that, and you will really benefit from it. And if you really like research, that's it. You're probably mostly like set. You go there for 8 months, you do a proper job, you do a professional job there. They would love to have you for higher studies. So that's way better than any application form you're going to fill and send, and any other activity that you're going to try to convey in an interview. So either an internship at an industrial location or a semester exchange. Most of the interns, if they do a good job, they get a pre-placement offer. So you don't even have to come and sit through our placement, that you will already have an offer in your hand. So these 2 things that you see here on these 4 options to explore is just amazing. These are great opportunities for you to have. So you can see here the level of flexibility we are giving you, the level of different things you will have in your resume when you finish. You could have you will of course have your BTech program. You will have either you will either have a minor stream from a wide range of options. You can have electives, 40% are electives. You get an opportunity to do an interdisciplinary dual degree program. You can get into entrepreneurship. You can get into the semester exchange programs. Given all this, we have now gotten rid of this branch change, because I think that's a very limited option, which barely 40, 50 students get an option to do that. In the past, that whenever it used to be there, this is not the range of opportunities we are giving you. We take about 1,100 students in campus. Literally all 1,100 students can benefit from it. So we find that that's a very valuable change that we have made. So therefore, we have selected this. Last thing we have also done, part of our academic freedom process, is that we now have an early exit option, which means you can exit with a 3-year BSc in general engineering or BSc with a specialization, depends on the department you pick. This is for you to use if, for example, you start again, this is all got to do with entrepreneurship or something else that you've gotten into that really really excites you. So many times we find, especially with entrepreneurship, it's so critical that you start at the right time and then you expand that in the right way. So students find it difficult sometimes that they've got this nice idea, they're trying to spend time on it and build a startup, but at the same time they still have 1 more year of courses, so they have to manage with their time between entrepreneurship and their coursework, etc. So given this, they have an early exit option. All of you will have an early exit option. You can exit with a BSc in 3 years. If there is something really, really interesting that you have decided to pursue, and you feel that, it's sufficient that you exit with 3 years and you get on with this other activity right now. So given that urge is there, we have seen a number of students feeling that need, and so we have enabled that option. So this is our academic system, new updates to the academic system, and it's really, I mean, the first word on the slide really represents it very accurately. It is really a massive update. We've done major changes. I think you'll have a very exciting time here, from an education perspective.
Professor, I think I'm just looking at the questions. I'm answering some of them on the fly. So I think we should go over the minor IEEE system again. So let me summarize what you've said.
Yeah, go for it.
And this time what I want to do is I want to show the students how to look it up on the website. So if you come to the website and go to academic curricula, which is here. Now it shows the latest 2019, but this year it'll be updated. It's not on the website yet, but you can get an idea.
Yeah. Just to let you know, see, the reason why we have not yet updated the curriculum there is because that the 2024 curriculum that we just updated, which is the one that you are going to use when you join here, got approved literally like few days ago. And now we have to formalize it before it comes on on our website. That's the reason why you are still seeing the previous version up there.
Yeah. So if you go to say something like this, how to read this is that Aero has 56 credits in engineering, 159 credits in core professional, 27 credits in core professional electives, humanities 27 credits, these are electives, science 84 core plus 9 electives, and unallotted, which means that you can choose anything, 72. So which means that 72 plus 9 plus 27 plus 27, you can choose on your own. So in chemical, it will be 45 plus 27 plus 9 plus 72. You can choose on your own. Of this 45 credits, which is roughly 9 courses, will have to be in your professional area. 27 credits, which is roughly 3 courses, will have to be in humanities, 9 in sciences, and 72 in any department whatsoever. And then if you go down and you read this, again, some of you have already done it. I can see that.
Amrut, can you just go back to that previous table? Yeah, so this total you see on your right-hand side, which is looking at 434, 432, all those total, right? That's the total that has now changed to 400. So that's changed to 400, and correspondingly, the remaining numbers on that line have come down slightly to reach that 400, right? So that's the way you would like to look at it. So this will give you a reasonable idea of the general, percentages of things that are happening.
Yeah. So that's again, this is the idea. The idea is that 40% of your course you're choosing yourself. And this is unprecedented. I don't know if other colleges allow this, and you have to go and check in their own courses, curriculums, but this is how it is in IIT Madras, which is why, you don't really need the branch change. The branch change gives you a picture that a lot of students feel that if I become a naval architect, I'll work in a ship. If I become a chemical engineer, I'll work with a chemical factory. If I become an electrical engineer, I'll do some circuit job, but it's really not like that. Based on how you choose your curriculum, how you decide what electives you'll take, you will become your own person. And when you apply for jobs are open to everyone. It's not that jobs are closed to only one field. Some jobs may be, like for instance, if an oil and gas company comes for an ocean rig job, they may choose to apply, ask for an chemical engineer. Or if semiconductor company like TSMC comes to campus, they may ask for a VLSI engineer and so on. But that's 5% of companies. Most companies are open to everyone. You can choose your electives, become better, make your own thing, and then sit for a different job. So that's the greater thing about flexibility. If you like your discipline, you go deep into it. If you want to diversify, you can do that too.
Yeah, Amrit, I just wanted to add a couple of things. So with 40% choice, you may feel a little bewildered, wondering, how am I going to make the selection and so on. So I just wanted to add a couple of points there. So when you join IIT Madras, we have a faculty advisor system. So we have one faculty advisor for every 10 students who join our campus. Okay, so this person may or may not teach you a course. Okay, so they are also teaching various other courses. They are faculty here. They are doing a lot of other stuff and so on. but they are available for you for advice. So you can go to them and say, I'm thinking like this. I tried this. I like this. I don't like that. What can I do, etc. They will assist you. So they will be your first point of contact. And all the other faculty are also in a position to help you. So you come into campus, you feel more comfortable with one particular faculty or two or three faculty. You find that you're able to chat with them much more freely. Feel free to ask them. Saying, I did these courses. I'm interested in trying something like that. What course should I try? They will give you some guidance. So usually, most of our faculty are very approachable. Our HODs are very approachable. In general, you can go and chat with them. Particularly if you come with questions like this, they're really thrilled to assist you. And they really love to chat with you and try to tell you options. You can try this, maybe you can try that, and so on. So that's a very valuable source of information you will have that will help you decide what electives to take, because you will otherwise have a large array, and this will help you, meander through, work through these electives in some, planned manner. And the other major source of information, of course, is your own, hostel mates, your seniors, and so on. They have taken those courses. They will be able to tell you, is it an easy course? Is it a difficult course? Is it something that is helping them move in some direction, or maybe not? They thought it will help them in that direction, but it's not really helping in that direction. That kind of information, on the ground information, they will be able to share with you. So between the peers that you have in your hostel and your peers and friends in your hostel, as well as your teachers, you will have a very good advice system as you go through your curriculum here. So that's an important thing for you to keep in mind. The other thing I will also tell you, although you have so many questions about your curriculum, and it's correct, you should have all those questions. It is very nice of you to, express those questions and ask those questions. If you look at how our alumni are, most of our alumni are, you find that, once they graduate from IIT Madras with a BTech, they try diverse set of things. And I expect that you also will most likely be like that. Most of our alumni are not restricted to the original department they joined. Okay, so you can just randomly pull out one chemical engineering roll number and just check what that person is doing. They would be doing something, may not be in any way directly related to chemical engineering. So what exactly are we doing here? In that case, we need to ask ourselves, what is that question that what exactly are we doing here? What we do here is we train you to be very confident professionals, right? Confident, competent professionals who can take up any task and do a great job with that task. That is basically what we're looking for. In fact, some of the companies that come for placement are not even bothered what department you are in. They simply say, look, we need students, we need people in our company who have got great analytical skills, who are hardworking, intelligent, will get on a task and finish the task. That's the kind of person they're looking for. And so they are not even bothered what department you have joined. They're just interested in that kind of person. So they run interviews where they're just looking for aptitude and just communication skills and so on. And then on that basis, they make a selection. Some companies are very particular, their area is very specialized. So therefore, they're looking for that specialization. So you will have this variety. And I'll emphasize this point again. Almost everybody who graduates from IIT Madras has a different career trajectory ahead of them. There is no standard bland way in which they go about their thing. I like to say this, it's not like a civil engineering person. After they graduate in the first 3 years, they will lay roads, and then next 5 years they'll build one floor houses, and then after 25 years they'll build multi-story building. It's not like that. They do fascinating things. For example, civil engineering in our institute, virtually every major construction project in the country comes to them for confirmation that the design is sound, that the design is is going to handle all the stresses that come on it and so on. So the very intricate stress analysis is done on it. Some of our civil engineering faculty are involved in recovery of these ancient archaeological structures. So they work on these, Angkor Wat temple in Cambodia and so on. They've even worked on the new Ram temple. So, that gathering that was there during the inauguration, where, very, very select set of people were invited to that gathering. Some of our civil engineering professors were amongst the people who had built that, the base and so on. And they were very much part of that whole, if I remember, they even got invited to those programs. So what I'm saying is this is very specialized work. If you take metallurgical engineering also, there are people who, you think of, we have something called metal joining. At some level, it's a overlap with something that you would more commonly think of as welding. Now, when you say welding, the thing that comes to your mind is, the person on the roadside who's welding that grill, right? To get the grill done for your window. So that's your perception of welding. But really, if you look at it, the like for example Chandrayaan, right? Those rockets have very special alloys that they use for all those parts that they put together. Those alloys will have peculiar shapes which need to be joined, and that joint is a form of welding actually that is done, but it is not. It's like a world apart from what you would think of in terms of grill welding, because that joint should not be weaker than the two materials on either side. That's a very critical thing. It may not seem like much, but it's very critical. If the joint is weaker than the two sides, then essentially that structure will fail at the joint. So you have to make a joint where the mechanical properties of the joint matches the two sides, and also it doesn't impact the neighboring region also. It's called a heat affected zone. Those things have to, so it's very intricate. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do there, right? So I think as the slide very nicely puts it, every student is unique. Their journey will be very different. So this is again something that will be new to you, because so far in school, your journey is not unique. You all did the same physics, chemistry, math for your board exam. Very maximum, there are like 2 or 3 boards. That's it. At most, that's all the variety between you. JEE, you had exactly the same portions. And what is more, at the end of JEE, there is a number against your name, which is your rank. And that is all that is deciding many things for you at this point, that one number, right? Nobody can, at this point, this system is not really looking at your personality, your interest, etc. Those things are not yet in that number. That number is simply your performance in an exam. Going forward, this will not at all be the case. You will have nothing like a number. A single number will not decide anything in your life going forward. You will have to show your personality in your educational accomplishments, and our system gives you that freedom. You have to show that you will be able to show that I am good at this. I liked that, so I did very well in that, and so when I come for an interview, I make that presentation. And I will also tell you this: you will not have just one specialization. You will have like 2-3 different things. So you would have done some, and I'll give you a good example of that. Let's say you are some engineering program you've done some math courses, you have done some finance courses, and you also done some core engineering courses. Okay, so let's say you're a civil engineering guy, or mechanical engineering person. You have done some core mechanical engineering courses, you did well in it. You did some finance courses, you did well in that. You did some math courses, you did well in that. So when you sit for an interview, let us say with say Tata Motors or somebody else in during your placement process, you will highlight your mechanical engineering courses, right? And genuinely you'll be correct. You'll say, sir, I did all, sir, or madam, I did all these things. I have done these courses. I did it well. I understood everything about how internal combustion engines work. All that you will present there. Maybe one day later you sit for an interview with some fintech company, right? Then you highlight all the economics courses you did, the finance courses you did. At that point, you may not necessarily highlight your mechanical engineering courses. You will highlight these other courses, right? And then you will next day you'll sit, you will send some application to some university abroad for some theoretical studies on how some other combustion flame temperatures can be modeled in something. There you highlight your math courses. So it is, you are the same person and you're making perfectly valid application for job in mechanical engineering, a job in a fintech company, and higher studies. So just like our alumni itself, go through various different routes, you yourself have 3 routes in front of you. So, and this is something you should awaken to, because you are no longer going to have this single number, and on that basis, you are going to say, I'm better than so and so. There is no longer a question of I'm better than so and so. It's more a question of, are you better suited for something? Is there a match between you and something else? And does that match work? And how well you're able to project that. So this is the way in which you have to think of your career. And I believe our curriculum here at IIT Madras will help you very naturally be comfortable doing this.
Professor, that was great. And I think we should go to placements, because some of the questions are very linked to placements. Before that, shall we show them this? I know we showed this earlier, and a lot of questions on should I choose this, should I choose that. So I'll run through this, and I would love your comments on it also. So what we have noticed in the 3 years that we are doing this is a lot of students ask us very pointed questions. Should I join IIT Madras or NIT Trichy, IIT Madras or IIT Bombay, IIT Madras or IIT Delhi? And sometimes they ask us, should I join IIT Delhi or IIT something else? And we are like, hello, how do we know about any other IIT? Let us tell you what we have normally seen. So of course, all of you have seen the opening, closing rank and the rank metrics website. We encourage you to go through each department's website to understand what they teach and what it is about, right? Generally, we have seen the 6 criteria for selection of your course that most students take. We'll take you through this and you can see the website later also. Number one is NIRF ranking. So a lot of students come to IIT Madras simply because it's the best institute. I know that maybe you are not clear what it would reflect, but what it means is that a lot of resources simply come to IIT Madras and you have more access. So in terms of industrial consultancy, in terms of research opportunity, in terms of job opportunities, it's just a little safer. So if you're choosing between two institutes and you see that one institute is higher ranked, then probably you would think that that institute is getting better opportunities. So some people just take that decision saying, you know what, maybe I want to be in this place, even if it is naval or civil, and I'm not interested in it because I know that once I get there, I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll get interested in civil or naval, or maybe I will branch out and figure something else out. So the positioning of being at the top is important to some people. Then the location is important. A lot of students simply want to be close to home. And we don't want to say that it's a ridiculous thing to say. Of course, you want to be close to home. Everybody wants to be close to home. And as I say that, I also remember some of my friends who want to be away from home. Some people would just say, I want to be as far from my parents as possible. That's also fine. But in terms of IIT Madras itself, the location, we are in a city, inside the city of Madras, not in the outskirts. But we are in a national forest, so it's a very beautiful place. We'll show you some videos of our campus. We share our campus with spotted deer, black bucks, monkeys. Very beautiful. And as Pratap sir was saying, once you come in, you don't feel like leaving at all. A lot of students pick their college and course based on the academic interest. Suppose somebody wants to be a rocket scientist, for example, or an AI engineer, then IIT Madras is a great choice. Because both in terms of rocketry and AI research, there's a lot happening at IIT Madras, similarly in different fields. So suppose you already know, I want to do physics, I want to do gravitational waves, I want to do shipbuilding, or I want to do something, then look up every institute and see what the professors are doing, how the department is doing, and check it out. Like it shouldn't be very hard. I completely understand if you come and say, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do, I'll figure it out. So in which case you choose the other options. Placement and outcomes, lot of questions come to us saying, what are the opening salaries? What are the closing salaries, etc., etc. We don't like to talk too much about salaries because it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to say that you're coming here to have a number on your head saying, I am worth 60 lakhs, I am worth 20 lakhs. But if you definitely want to make your decision based on opening salaries, we have made a website for you and you can look it up yourself. We will not be discussing this. We are giving this resource to you. You see it by yourself. This is the list of all the salaries that have come in the year before. What kind of job came, whether it was core job, analytics job. If you press this button, it'll tell you what this means. It'll tell you what the opening salary was, what the maximum salary was. Here it's 132 lakhs. What is Q3, 17, median, Q1, and minimum. So you should know this is a quartile graph, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. I hope you know what that means, but otherwise you can just hover over here and it'll tell you. All the companies that came here, came to campus are listed, some 400 of them. You could also check which department, say you want to check who came for engineering design. Again, you can check how many offers were offered on campus, how many were pre-placed, what kind of roles were offered, what is the median salary, what is the maximum salary, which companies came. You can check all this data. Okay, so if you have questions, you can simply check. And more than that, we don't want to talk about salaries. It is not in our culture at IIT Madras to keep talking about salaries. We do a lot of other work in research, in academia, in entrepreneurship. If this is important to you, please check it out. So now I'll go back to that long article on how people decide. I was speaking about NIRF ranking, location, academic interest, outcomes. A lot of students choose university like IIT Madras because of its academic flexibility, what Professor was talking about. There are a lot of electives, minors, dual degree programs, and so on. Is it available at other IITs? To some extent, yes, you will have to check in that IIT's website whether it's available. go for it. Check. Definitely not available in every university. As much as IIT Madras, we are very, very flexible. I can tell you about myself. I did courses. My BTech major was mechanical. My dual degree was manufacturing. And I did courses in graph theory, which is in computer science, operations research, which is in management, automobiles, which is in mechanical, Indian national movement, literature and translation, which is in humanities, and so on. So it gave me a chance to explore, and that was important to me, as it may be to some of you. The last reason is that sometimes people join new departments because there's a new energy around it. So this year, the AIDA BTech course is being offered by the new DS and AI department at IIT Madras. But other than that, also Kanpur may release a new department, or Bombay may release a new thing. There is usually some kind of new energy. Everybody is excited about it. And I can give you the example that when engineering design was first introduced, the second batch of engineering design was very excited about it. And you might recognize the company Aether Energy. Tarun and Swapnil, the founders of Aether, were from engineering design. So again, some of you have asked, we will give you this presentation. No problem. You don't have to take down notes. We will send you the recording. There was some YouTube channel challenge, but it has started recording. Maybe the first 10 minutes got cut off. So no issues there. Don't worry about it at all. You will have access to these links and you can look at it at your time. Professor, would you like to add anything to this?
No, I think that's quite comprehensive in the kind of reasons why people select each of these IITs. And many questions, I think, are answered there for you. Please do look at it. And as I say, you have a very, at this stage, especially these 2 months, a month and a half or so, as your, or even less, where you're going through all these decisions on which department and which institute to select. I think you're overwhelmed with queries of this nature and a lot of uncertainty because you don't know much about these departments, mainly because these are not things that are taught to you in school. Nobody teaches you civil engineering. There's maybe a little bit of metallurgy in your chemistry courses. And that's also a very, one extreme end of the metallurgy that you get to see. You wouldn't know anything about aerospace engineering or naval architecture. You've done some coding and then you hear all this buzz about computer science. So that's sitting somewhere up in your mind. So it's very difficult for you to make a decision. So you have all these queries and then you ask them, and we are also trying our best to assist you. I assure you that, 2 months into your program here, you'll have a very different perspective. 2 to 3 months into your program here, you'll have a very different perspective. You will be a way more relaxed person. Many more things will be clearer to you. And you will be having much more fun. Excuse me, much more fun with what you're doing, and will not be so worried about these things. Again, I'll highlight and underline this point that the flexibility allows you to be more or less anything that you want to be. You have to work towards it. Opportunities are very wide open. So you can, if you always like coding, you can still do all your electives in coding. We permit, by the way, we have a BS data science program, and we permit our BTech students to take 3 courses from the data science program. And so you could actually have even more computing. Those are very popular amongst our students. So they get data science. So you'd be an aerospace engineer who also has some 3 data science courses in your resume to show, in your grade card to show. And so these are all options that you have. I mean, whatever you want to be, you can be. I assure you that. You just have to show yourself particularly, and then therefore the your prospective employer or prospective higher study location, that you are actually good at it, and by doing those courses, so you will have enough opportunity to do those courses easily. You can do a handful of courses and a minor stream and ITDD, etc. in that area. So don't feel very restricted, saying I got this and I'm stuck with it. You're not stuck with anything in your life. I can assure you that. Particularly both from our own curriculum perspective, and certainly if you ever check the trajectory of all our alumni, you find, they have done wide range of different things. They start as civil engineers, they become financial specialists, they go to high management, then they come back again to some, because they get in that managerial position, they're posted to take care of civil engineering projects again. So it's a very, it's a circle. It's a journey really. You don't have to worry that I got this, now henceforth I will be doing some, minuscule aspect of this particular department. It's not at all like that. I want you to understand that.
And corollary to that, I think it's also important for us to underscore the idea that modern jobs are not very restrictive. They're a mix of things, like I think yesterday you had given the example. I can't remember whether you were speaking about it or Professor Mahesh was speaking about it, about Agnikul Cosmos. They launched a rocket into space, India's first private 3D printed rocket. And when you look at, rocket making, there's propellants, there is propulsion, so there is control systems. So there are electronics engineers, there are aero engineers, chemical engineers. So it's quite varied.
Yes, correct. And today all the systems are very complex and interrelated. So you just take, the product that you use most commonly these days is your mobile phone, right? It is most likely in your hand even now as we are discussing, having this conversation. You look at your mobile phone, you can see how many different disciplines are involved in that, just that small piece of real estate that's sitting on your hand, and you're sitting in your palm. You have, of course, you see the apps and whatnot, which means some computing background person did all that stuff. The operating system that is there, it's Android or iOS or whatever. There's some computer science there for sure. I mean that is the app and all that stuff that you see there. But then you look behind, you have circuits. Those circuits were designed by some electrical engineering person. And it's not just the circuits. You go a little behind, you get the material that was used for making that circuit. That was designed by a material scientist. You go to any top university, you will have a material science department, which is a metallurgy and material science department. They are the ones working on those semiconducting materials, trying to adjust those band gaps, get you new materials with new band gaps, find out if you can make that material in an even thinner line, which will handle a range of temperatures without, becoming beading up in some way, and have maintained its property over 10 years. You have all of that. You also have a battery sitting there, which is overlap of material science, physics, chemistry, and chemical engineering. All these different departments work on battery technology. So extensively battery technology work is there. That is also sitting in your hand, right? So already I'm telling you of about four or five disciplines that are sitting just on the palm of your hand. And this phone has been made in a factory which was made by a civil engineer. So this phone would not be possible without the help of a civil engineer. That's already one more discipline that I'm telling you that is directly involved. These are not indirectly involved, directly involved, because it's not, when I say civil engineering, again, they are not just building some building there. That's to get you this mobile phone, you cannot just make this mobile phone in some random building. They have to make what are called clean rooms. Those clean rooms are rooms where the number of particles per cubic meter of air is counted. And they will tell you that we cannot have more than 100 dust particles in 1 cubic meter of air. That takes a lot of specialization to do that, to create a room like that. And actually, a manufacturing facility like that is not at all an easy job. It's a very high-tech job. You should go and see those clean rooms. They have some, yellow colored light. It will not be normal light. You will have people wearing these suits which look like the ones that people are what was being used during pandemic, right? They use that every day at work, not because of germs, but because there's no dust from their clothes should enter the manufacturing process. So all of this is a very multidisciplinary thing which contributes to this mobile phone that you're casually holding in your hand and you're flipping up and down through your Instagram reels or whatever, right? So all of that has gone into it. So today it is like that. Any product you take is like that. So it's very wrong to think that this mobile phone is computer science. Nothing like that. No, not even close. You're not even close in that, right? So that's the way you want to think about what is ahead of you.
Professor, let's do a time check. It's 5:10, 5:18, and we are expecting Kama sir to join us soon. So let me quickly run everyone through how the placement system works before Kama sir comes, because I think he doesn't like to talk much about the 1 crore salaries. So let me do that. So just to give you an outset of at the very beginning, how the placement system works. So first thing you must know is that the placement department is run by a set of students. Nikhil, who is answering the questions here, he as a student was one of the top placement team members. What they do is they're about a 200 people student team plus some faculty, but it's one faculty and some staff members. They reach out to companies and invite the companies to come. So all these companies that you saw in this list here at the bottom, these are companies that have been invited to come. Some companies come on their own and say, we want to hire from IIT Madras. They have to fill a form. They have to declare how much salary they're going to pay, how many students they're going to pick up, which branch they want to hire from, if they have a entrance test they want the students to give, and so on. So that whole thing happens in the 7th semester for 4-year students, and in the 9th semester for 5-year students, which is the pre-final sem. So they give the tests of the companies that come between September to November, and then they get to take their interviews in December. So December 1 to December 8 or 9 sometimes is the placement season, first season. And then the second season is from January, and it keeps going on till about May, till the students who are in BTech, MTech, dual degree, MS, PhD, everyone gets placed. So that's the broad process. I'll play this video a little bit and show you.
And INSTI has so many opportunities for research as an undergraduate, which I doubt other colleges offer. And it's really while doing these projects that I learned so much outside the classroom that helped me really, present myself as a competent, knowledgeable, potential employee to the company. So I am Srishti Adhikari. I am in 5th year dual degree of aerospace engineering, and I got placed in Collins Aerospace. They design aircraft. They don't design the main aircraft engines and all, but they do design control systems and other auxiliary parts like that. And yeah, that's I'll be going as a graduate engineer trainee, and after that, after some training period, they sort us into specializations. I've always been passionate about aerospace engineering. My uncle was a fighter pilot, so something I've always wanted to do. This is why I took aerospace at IITM, and this is one of the best. Yeah, Collins is one of the best aerospace companies out there. So, which is why I went for a core job, because it's what aligns with my interests and passion.
So I just want to reflect on what she said. As you go through your courses, you choose courses, you work with professors, you sort of get interests. And so when these companies come to campus, whether it's a core company like what she was talking about, Collins Aerospace, or whether it's a management company like a management consulting company like McKinsey or Bain, or whether it's a chemical engineering company like Reliance, or it's a FMCG company like Hindustan Lever, or a core CS company, when they come to campus, you have to show them what you have done. So all this flexibility that we're talking about, that really helps. So you could specialize in something, you could diversify in something, you could do a few projects outside class, and so on. So broadly, that's how it works. It's a very, very collaborative system. That semester, the 7th semester, students come together, help each other prepare, and literally go with their friends to the interview. Give practice to the friends, saying, you have an interview, let me practice with you, or I'll give you questions, you answer. There's also alumni support sometimes for mock interviews. So it's a very coming together of the whole batch in that pre-final year. It's the same semester, 7th semester, when students who want to go abroad for higher studies, they also do most of their work in this same 7/9 semester. They submit applications to companies, to universities. And, when you submit an application to a university abroad for higher studies, whether it's MS or PhD, the idea is that you apply to a particular department or a particular research group in a university. And by that time, you would have also specialized in something. For instance, if I had chosen to do research, I would have maybe applied abroad for suspensions or vehicle suspensions, or I might have applied abroad for electric vehicles or something like that, to a research group in a university that does that. Now, you can't apply to all universities because it costs a lot of money and you might get a lot of rejections. So the entire batch again comes together. Those who are applying, maybe 20, 30 students from every department, say mechanical engineering, 20, 30 students are applying abroad. They will come together. They will help each other decide where they want to apply. So they choose the universities they want to apply for. They'll make a statement of purpose, SOP, with the help of their friends. and they'll get LORs, like letter of recommendations from professors. This is a big deal because if you have done well in a course, if you have worked with a professor, like say you worked with Professor Pratap and you want to apply abroad in nanotechnology or material science, these are the courses that professor teaches, then and you get his letter of recommendation, then it will carry some weight. And in the department that you are applying to will look at the letter of recommendation and see that, okay, you are Professor Pratap student, so they may want to give you a little bit more weight. So again, that is something that, when you join, say, aerospace has some really good professors. Or you join naval architecture has some really good professors. Same with electrical and CS and AI and all these departments. So if you are applying abroad with their letter of recommendation to a core discipline, carries a lot of weight and gets much easier. So this is the semester where everything happens. And of course, obviously,
Yeah, Amrut, I'll just add a quick, excuse me, sorry. So to add a quick line on that letter of recommendation. So the process when you get into these professional fields actually includes that letter of recommendation as part of the process. It is not some, in India, we tend to frown on this saying, recommendation is not necessarily considered as a good word. It looks like some sidey thing you're doing with the help of somebody you know. It's not like that. When you apply for higher studies, they formally ask for letters of recommendation. When you apply for jobs also, they formally ask for letters of recommendation. They want you to be recommended by somebody you worked with, either in that professional area or in that research area, who should be able to say that, yes, this person worked with me. They are able to communicate well. They are able to work well with my team. They are diligent. They come regularly. They go do the work in a regular way. So this is one valuable input for them. They don't use this and they don't exclusively decide based on this. It's very valuable input for them to help decide whether this is a person they want in their group, because they have not seen you before. Of course, if you've gone on an internship, 8-month internship with them, then they have seen you before. Then they don't even really need a letter of recommendation. It's more a formality. Just for their application process, they will need something there, but they're not really looking at that to make the big decision. They have seen you directly. But in the absence of that, this is very valuable for them. So that's the reason why you have it.
And also, like, maybe students may not realize this, but you don't get to see the letter of recommendation. You apply to a university, the university will email the professor or send him a link saying that, Professor, please fill the letter of recommendation here.
That's correct. Yeah, it's a confidential letter of recommendation. So they will, you will only, as a student, you will indicate to the university whom they can reach out to for your letter of recommendation. So after you contact us, you will tell, you will get a permission from your professors, some 2 or 3 professors saying, I'm applying somewhere. I have done some things with you. Will you be happy to give a letter of recommendation on my behalf? So if they agree, then you will give those 2 or 3 professors, email IDs to the university that you are applying to. And then that university will send them an email with a link saying, please upload your letter here. They'll have maybe they might have some standard questions, or they'll just allow you to put a free format letter there. So that's how it goes.
So just talking about outcomes broadly, of course, not everybody wants to be placed. Not everybody wants higher studies. Some people want to start their own company. So a lot of support that is given for startup also. Maybe we can spend 10-15 minutes talking about the entrepreneurship culture. Before that, let me play this video.
What comes first to your mind when you think of IITs? Placements? Of course, campus placements are great, but there's so much more to the IIT experience than just well-paying jobs. And what sets IIT Madras in particular apart is its focus on helping students build their skills, their networks, interests, and so on. At IIT Madras, every day you'll find yourself building better versions of yourself, honing your skills and pushing boundaries. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about the companies that come to improve, it's about what you have to offer.
And here's something truly remarkable. The entire placement process is run wholly by students. A beautiful example of how strong ties are at IITM, where they learn and build as a community. Now let's talk about what else you can build at IITM. Explore unconventional paths, experiment with new ideas, and even start your own ventures. In fact, students here have the option to defer placements by a year to pursue entrepreneurial interests or join exciting startups. And for support, IITM has an extensive startup ecosystem comprising Nirman, the incubation cell, and the IITM Research Park. And because of this, IIT Madras is truly the best place to build.
A significant number of our students also opt for higher studies and research opportunities, both in India and abroad. Even in the face of a difficult job market, IIT Madras students are self-assured, knowing that their skills, determination, and the will mindset will pave the way to success. So, as you embark on your IIT journey, remember that it's not just about the ranks or jobs. It's about that incredible journey of building yourself. And IIT Madras equips you to build your own path, innovate, and leave a lasting impact on the world.
Okay, so some of you will also have questions on internships, and I kind of skipped that slide, so let me just talk about it a bit. First of all, you have a lot of time to do internships. You have 3 months summer every year, you have 1 December month, so 4 months free. I think Professor also said that I guess this is most luxurious. I guess most IITs have it, but not every university has so much time. And if you have so much time, you can do an internship every summer or every winter. Some internships are you get on your own. You could work with your professor, you could work with someone else. But some internships you can get through the formal internship process, which happens 1 year before the formal placement process. So, so basically that is the idea. The 5th or 7th semester, 5th semester for BTech, 7th semester for dual degree students. That's when you'll sit for your summer placement internship, summer internship interviews, and the interviews, the actual internship will happen after your 6th semester or your 8th semester. So that's the idea. And earlier in my time, these internships had to be compulsory. You'll have to like get a letter of internship from your intern and show it in the academic section. Now it's no longer required. It's completely up to you. Many students do multiple internships, Indian internships, foreign internship, research internship. They try everything. So by the time they come to the 7th semester or 9th semester, when they're sitting for placements or outcomes, they have a good idea what they want. So that's broadly it. Some students also sit for MBA. And Chennai is a very is a metro city. There are lots of MBA coaching centers. Students also decide to study on their own. They form study groups. So yeah, I mean the CAT exam or the GMAT exam, GRE exam. These are exams that students give in their usually in their 6th or 7th semester. Quite a big number of students actually do that for their outcome. So that's where we are. Again, we'll give you this presentation. You can look at it at ease. And let me just
one more thing I'll add, Amrit, is like you have management, there are a lot of people who want to get into public service. So there is some number of people who write the exams, to get themselves opportunities as IAS officers or IPS officers, etc. We do have some of our alumni from different departments who are, IAS officers, collectors across the country.
I have a friend of mine who's an IFS officer. So I mean, what a remarkable journey.
Yeah. One of our metallurgy students is a collector in Guntur, I think, somewhere in that area. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll cover entrepreneurship in a bit while we wait for Professor Kama to join. I don't want to start the entrepreneurship thing because then when he comes, we won't be able to switch. So let's talk a little bit about campus. All these slides in the middle, these are the monkeys and these are the birds, the owls, and then we also showed you some deer. Here, this is the black buck. These are actual photos of actual animals that we have on campus. So want to just tell you that. And with that, I'll just invite Professor Kamakoti, the director for IIT Madras. He's a computer science professor, very accomplished professor, very famous, known as the microprocessor man of India, led the program to design India's first indigenous microprocessor, the Shakti microprocessor. And we work with him extensively. Also a very nice human being. If you Google him, you will see him play a few musical instruments. It's amazing to listen to him talk. Professor Kama, welcome. The audience is yours.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Professor.
Okay. So, welcome to this webinar. Very happy that I have an opportunity to meet all of you. Specifically, say 20 years before, we had this offline counseling where we were able to meet all the kids, their parents, and give them certain, understanding about different subjects, about the industry, about how we plan the future. What are the important developing areas, developing core engineering technologies in the country? What does the country need? What is it that they can expect to be, say, 10 years down the line if they take a particular discipline? So many things that we could discuss. And, it was this offline counseling goes for 2-3 days, and we interact with, personally, I had interacted with more than 200 children every year for close to 7-8 years. And many of them actually changed their idea about what is engineering, etc., because after listening to us, because they do find certain things interesting. I've seen a lot of kids moving from computer science to engineering, physics, computer science to even naval architecture, biological sciences, etc. So this particular event, again, I thank Ask IITM for coordinating this, is to basically tell all of you that there is so many things outside computer science. There are so many things outside, electrical engineering. Every discipline that we have, we are around 14 courses that we are offering. Every discipline that we have introduced has a very, very important and bright future from the point of view of our country. So I would like to spend the next 10, how much time I have? Hello? How much time do you have?
Professor, as much time as you need, but we can go till maybe 6:15 or so.
How much?
Professor, the webinar is scheduled until 7 p.m.
Oh, we have webinar till 7 p.m. So you can stop me when I'm started boring you. Okay. Okay. So I would just take certain examples and tell you where we stand as a country, what are the things that are very important. I strongly believe that every engineering discipline that we have introduced has a very great future, provided the kid has an interest to study that and would like to specialize on this. Right? First and foremost, let us take a very interesting example. Today, all of us are talking without a mask because of vaccines. And the vaccines were found by biological scientists, not computer science and engineering. Today, we all exist. We all could come out with courage. We all could face the world without fear because of biological scientists. Please bear it in mind. 2 years before, we were struggling to have a meeting. So this is something very, very, very important, thought-provoking, which COVID, of all the bad things it did to the world, this is something which it gave as a very important lesson to us. Friends, today when I looked at the mock, you all would have completed mock. I find biological science the last preference. I don't understand why. That's the basic science. That's a basic technology that is keeping the world moving. And down the line, with the type of bacteria and virus that we are seeing, and the type of treatment procedures that we want, and the ever-growing population, biological scientists are going to lead the world. There's a lot of computing in biological sciences. There's a lot of AI in artificial intelligence in biological sciences. The treatment, the disease diagnosis and treatment crucially depends upon a lot of AI modules also. So it's not that you're going to go away from computer science. You're not going away from AI. But biological science is very, very important. This is one informed decision I want. If there are kids here who have scored 95, 100 in biology, I strongly suggest that you should seriously look into the biological engineering and bio biotech engineering. There are a couple of biological sciences and biotech engineering. You must start seriously looking at. Go to the website, find out what you are being taught. The world needs lot more of biological sciences. The world has n tending to, quite a large number of computer scientists and AI experts, and will be getting, because there are some peer pressure will say, oh, you should do this. But 10 years, 15 years down the line, biological scientists will rule. It's my feeling, and we have already seen in the case of COVID. So this one very interesting example. So when I go through this mock list, the second last choice, mostly I say, is naval architecture. Friends, India is the only country where an ocean is named against us, Indian Ocean. Tell any other country which has an ocean named against that country? No, Indian Ocean we have. Right from, you take from, the east coast, starting that side from West Bengal, then you come down to Orissa coast, then you come to Andhra coast, then Tamil Nadu coast, now turn, you have the Sri Lanka, that Park Strait, then again you go, look at that Kerala, Trivandrum coast, Cochin, Mangalore, Goa, then all the way up to Gujarat, and this, the entire Sagar Mala that you call, the garland, this is all maritime. We are looking at a multi-trillion economy. The biggest contribution here is going to come from naval architecture. Friends, if you come to IIT Madras, that is where we are missing this offline counseling. If you go to our Discovery campus, we have a campus which is just 25 kilometers away from our main campus. We have another 250 acres. The main campus is around 635 acres. There we have this 250 acres. There you have a complete national port center. And that port center essentially has a sea. We are simulating an ocean inside it. And a lot of research is happening. In a lighter vein, very lighter vein, IIT Madras professors, we all have some cars, but the costliest car, the BMW, the Audi, are all owned by professors from Ocean Engineering Department. This is a fact. That is the amount. So when we look at prosperity in terms of money, naval architecture is going to be one of the biggest show here, biggest one. But unfortunately, when we see that list, this is second from the last. Somewhere fourth or fifth from the last, third to five in the last is aerospace engineering. Friends, you will recall, if you just go and search for Agnikul, AGNIKUL, Agnikul. This is a startup company from IIT Madras, which has done the world's first 3D printed rocket. To make a rocket engine, even by some of the most successful manufacturers, it takes more than 3 months. Friends, using 3D printing technology, these people print a rocket engine in 72 hours. And we have a rocket factory. IIT Madras has a research park. We have more than 350 startups there, valued at more than 45,000 crores. That's the prosperity it has brought in. And this company has a rocket factory in that research park. Research park is just adjacent. You can, in the campus, you can just go, there's a small flyover within the campus, and you go and reach the research park. Friends, this first of its kind in the world, where people like Elon Musk look at it with awe. This has been launched last week of May in India's first private launch pad at Sriharikota. And this is the first ever rocket that is launched with semi-cryogenic fuel. Fantastic achievement. And this is done by a startup formed by students of IIT Madras from aerospace, mechanical, chemical engineering, and applied mechanics, structural engineering from civil. Friends, if you look at, we need to send 1 lakh plus satellites. 1 lakh plus satellites in the next 5 years. and the average lifetime of a satellite is say 5 to 6 years. So every 5 years, we need to send say 100,000 satellites. 5 years is approximately 1,800 to 1,900 days. In 1,900 days, we have to send 100 satellites or 1 lakh satellites, means that every day I have to send 50 satellites. That means every hour, approximately, every half an hour, one satellite has to go. That means that many rocket engines have to be available. And how are we going to make these rocket engines if each rocket engine takes 3 months? This rocket factory where they 3D print a rocket engine is the only solution. And we are very, very happy and very thrilled about it. So when you come, I hope many of you will join IIT Madras. This is one very interesting team that we are looking at, right? And this is from aerospace engineering. So friends, I can give you n examples. We have started a department of medical sciences and technology, but the entrance to that is through the ISER aptitude test. Friends, look at this. Parents, you want your child to be different, correct? But if your child has to be different, it has to, he or she has to do something different, not what everybody else does. We have now formed this Department of Medical Sciences and Technology. After a lot of thought process, we are offering a BS in Medical Sciences and Engineering. If some of you are writing the ISER aptitude test, you have an opportunity to come to that BS program. Friends, 37% of the Nobel laureates, 37% of the Nobel laureates are engineers who understood medicine or doctors who understood engineering. They are called as physician scientists. IIT Madras coined a new name, like engineer, we call it physicianeer. These are the people who got Nobel Prize. Nobel Prize for what? Saving millions of lives. Right? And this is very, very important. This is very, very important. Having recognized this, we have started this first of its kind BS in Medical Sciences and Engineering. And that is part of our Department of Medical Sciences and Technology. But the entry to that is through the ISER aptitude test. So if some of the kids are writing ISER aptitude test, the parents can encourage them to come to that program. It's also a world-class program, the first of its kind. A lot of appreciations for that program because IIT Madras is very deep into medical technology. The Applied Mechanics and Biomedical Engineering Department, the Biotech Department, Chemistry Department has medicinal chemistry, etc. The Department of Medical Sciences and Technology, and the Electrical Engineering Department, which brings this sensors, etc. The Department of Data Science and AI, the Department of Computer Sciences Engineering, all of them, and Mechanical Engineering today, all of them come together to do this type of a great work in medical sciences. We have an incubation center called Health Technology Innovation Center, which actually promotes startups in the medical technology. Friends, just go to an ICU, right? You go and just as a visitor, hopefully, and just see the devices there. Every device is important. Go to a dentist. For keeping your mouth open, they keep one small stick. That stick is important. So, India, when we faced COVID, we realized that dependency on one of the most critical requirements for the country, which is medical services. So this is now the time. The government is also supporting it in a big way that we make Atmanirbhar, indigenous medical equipments. Friends, last year we admitted around 30 students in this medical science program. I'm very happy to tell you that around 15 to 20 of them are already into product development, and very soon they will be launching their startups. So this is very, very important. So every department here, I can talk about all the departments one by one, but due to lack of time, I'm keeping it short. Every department has a very, very focused approach to do research, patent that research, publish that research, and also translate it into a product that will be useful to our country. Why you should have your undergraduate? There are people who are going abroad for their undergraduate education. The people thinking to go abroad for undergraduate education. But strongly, I believe, I am a completely India man. I have not even traveled abroad. I don't have a passport. Why I believe that I will be successful is because, friends, if you solve a problem for India, for Bharat, then you have solved the problem for the entire world. Again, the interesting example that you can easily appreciate is vaccine. When the other parts of the world made the vaccine, those vaccine worked at -5 degrees or -4 degrees, and it worked there. But it could not be used in India. But when we made two vaccines, the Covaxin and the Covishield and the Covaxin, it worked at anywhere up from -degree to 40 degrees centigrade. 2.75 billion, 2.75 billion, 275 crores vaccine shots we have given. And we have also given donation to many developing countries this vaccine, which actually saved the world. Please understand, friends, the solution that we did for India works everywhere in the world. So, having an education in India today is something that will teach you lot more lessons than having an education abroad. This is my very strong and firm belief. Right. And now, the next important thing that I would like to emphasize here is the type of diversity we see in the country. I would like to give one example. One of our colleagues went to the other part, the Western world, and his son had a small eye issue. We went to a doctor. Doctor said, there's a small corrective surgery that I need to do. What is the cost of the surgery? He said some 3,000, that currency of that country. And also told, my friend asked, how many such surgeries you have done? He said, I've done 12 to 15 of that in his career. But next week he returned back, coming back to Chennai. He went to our Shankar Netralaya. It is India's largest eye hospital, one of the largest eye hospital. Went to a doctor there. Said, yes, corrective surgery is needed. Same thing. How much money? Some 30,000 rupees in Indian currency, which is 1/4 of the cost that he would have paid there. Then asked, how many such surgery? Yeah, I don't keep numbers, but at least 2,000 of them. Okay. So this is the exposure you get when you practice technology, when you develop technology, deploy technology, and practice technology in our country. Friends, this is a very good opportunity that you have cleared the JEE Advanced and you are part of this system, JEE system, IIT system. And IIT Madras aspires to give you that exposure which will make you successful. I know many parents are attending here, and all of you will look at prosperity, because prosperity is a very important aspect of education. Last year, we closed the last financial year, March 30, 2024, with 536 crores of donations that came through CSR alumnus. Out of this 500 plus crores, around 383 came through alumnus. The major donors, around 360 crores, was given by alumnus who were entrepreneurs who started their companies in garage, grew those companies today, and they have established such a big organizations across the world that they are able to now give this grant. I'm not telling about forget the grant part, but I want to tell you that this entrepreneurship, startup, trying to become an employer rather than an employee, is one that will give you absolute prosperity. Friends, lot of success stories in entrepreneurship. Even if you fail, let us take the other side. Today, in your biodata, if you say that I am a failed entrepreneur, that basically gives you much more credibility than saying I am a topper in a particular discipline. Why? Because fail, FAIL, according to Dr. Kalam, who is my Manasika Guru, is first attempt in learning. Fail is not failure. Fail is first attempt in learning. Correct? And this failures in exploring new technology will teach you lessons which no success will teach you, no course can teach you. So startup, entrepreneurship, we are looking at a superpower India in 2047. It is very, very important that all of you become innovators. You have your ideas, nourish your ideas. IIT Madras has probably the only institution which has this very well-oiled entrepreneurship stack or innovation and entrepreneurship stack. We have something called an entrepreneurship cell. There are fellows who will come and say, hey, do you have an idea? The moment you say you have an idea, they will catch you by your neck and take you to this entrepreneurship cell. The entrepreneurship cell will nurture your idea, make it patentable. We have a very robust patenting mechanism in IIT Madras. Last financial year, we had a very ambitious target, 1 patent every day. And last financial year at February 29th, because 2024 is a leap year. So we put a target to ourselves, 366 patents we will file last year. But we landed up with 382. We went much more than 366. This year we have started, this patent a day is now fast. Now in the last 3 months, starting April, May, mid of June, we have already patented more than, we have already filed more than 120 patents. So we are moving more than a patent a day, and our patent office say 2 patents a day. So we are going in that direction. Now the next thing is to convert these patents into products. So we have a Center for Innovation, which is run by the students for the students. It's a 24/7 facility available. You come and look at it. Then we have Nirman, which is a pre-incubator. So the Center for Innovation will take that patented idea or patentable idea and convert it into a design. Nirman will help you convert that design to a product. Then we have 5 incubators. We have an incubator for cyber physical systems like sensors, networkings, control system, etc. called Pravartak Foundation. We have an incubator for health technology. We have an incubator for bio. We have an incubator for rural technology. Rural India needs a lot of technology today, and government is putting a lot of emphasis on it. Then we have the mother incubator, which takes all these ideas and take it forward. We are also having sustainability incubators. I want all of you who are attending this, we have more than 147 participants here. I want all of you to go and look at Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations, SDG. That is a very, very important thing that every one of you should look at. My strong belief, specifically to the parents, is that recycling jobs will supersede computer coding jobs, programming jobs in the next 10 years. Because it's becoming very big market today. We have several startups. The Honorable Prime Minister wore a blue jacket in Parliament that was made by one of our startups. It is made out of PET bottles, the plastic bottle recycling. Very, very good fabric is being made. A lot of recycling papers are made. So recycling job, in my opinion, will supersede computer coding job in the next 10 years. So sustainability is very important. Keeping this in mind, we have opened this School of Sustainability at IIT Madras. Now, friends, let us look at some of the interesting things that we are putting on table. We have now a very vibrant curriculum starting July 2024. the senior batch is extremely unhappy with me. Why you didn't do it last year? But we did not have time. So there was a curriculum task force. And what we have done there, keeping all these ideas in mind, first thing is that we have created some courses for recreation. So you can swim, you can practice yoga, you can learn music, we have culture centers, we have a lot of clubs, you can do a lot of things. And then we have created 2 interesting courses in your 3rd and 4th semester, specifically orienting yourself towards entrepreneurship and startup. If some of you are interested to make startups, these courses will give you ideas about how to make startups. What are the things? What you should do? How do you train? What is an idea? What is a marketable idea? What is total addressable market? So many design thinking things that come there. Plus 40. So if you have, say, 100 credits, credit is 1 hour per week that you need to spend. Suppose you are having 100 credits in your course. 40% of that is free. You can take any course of your choice, anywhere. You can go to chemistry department, you can go to physics department, you can go anywhere and take any course of your choice. This is 40% is open electives. So now, what is the advantage of this 40% open elective? See, at 10th standard, your mother or father would have asked you, do you want to take science group or commerce group? When you didn't have any big foundation, neither in science nor in commerce. But then, okay, brother took it, I took it in my days, your father would have told, mother would have told. Science is very important. So general feel is what has driven you. And you made an irreversible decision. Today you want to do commerce, then it's going to be a different ball game altogether. The last 2 years, you have made an irreversible decision that you have committed yourself to science. Fine, fair enough. Let us not go back to that because you have made a decision and you have come so far. Now, based on that 1-day performance in your JEE advance, we are telling this is the course you need to do. And your interest could be something else. After going through this event, probably your mind can change. Or mostly your mind should change. You will find interest in something else. Right? So, but because of your JEE rank, which I call karma, because of your karma, you get into some course. And that course you may like or you may not like, but anyway, you're joining it. Completely recognizing this fact, what IIT Madras did in the last 4 or 5 years, this was work. My predecessor, Professor Bhaskar Ramurthy, was a director, started this. We made this 40% free elective. So what you can do is, this 40% of the courses, you can basically take it related to an MTech program. For example, you are a civil engineer. You can take programs related to robotics. This 40% electives you can take in the area of robotics. Then you can spend 1 extra year at IIT at the end doing a project in robotics. Then you get a BTech in civil engineering and an MTech in robotics. Friends, today the government has announced that 3 crore houses have to be built in the next 5 years. 3 crore houses, right? Again, we have how many? Around 2000 days, 365 into 5, right? We have something like 2000 days and we have to make 3 crore buildings. So imagine how many houses you need to build per day, per hour. All these things are going to be possible with lot of automation. Construction now has to become automated for it to scale. And that automation comes from robotics, right? Civil engineering is a very, very, very important engineering. Today, in our multi-trillion economy that India is progressing to, how can I get that multi-trillion economy? I need roads, I need airports, I need medical facilities, I need houses, I need dams, I need large towers to transmit power. I need to put windmills, I need to put offshore on the sea. I want to put windmills. I need to lot things. Lot of things have to be done. It's not just computer coding, friend. And for all these things, we need brains, trained manpower. So civil engineering is a very important topic that you need to take today. If you are missing it, it's a big thing that you are losing. Civil engineering with robotics is an example. Like this, friends, we have 15 plus interdisciplinary dual degree programs. At the end of the 4th year, whichever engineering you are, depending on your interest, you can start taking certain courses and then reorient yourself so that you get your BTech in your Karma branch that got out of your JE rank, but then your MTech in your field of interest, right? Whichever you love. And it can be anywhere. There are 16 different 15 plus courses. We have an MA in public policy. This is very, very important today. Today, if somebody has to write a policy which is technology oriented, for example, AI regulation policy is coming, digital health policy is coming, digital data protection policy is coming. We need engineers who have understood the systems to write these policies. So you should know how to engineer a system and also how to write a policy, right? All the big consultancy companies, the big four, the KPMGs, the A&Ys, the Granton, and all this PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, all these companies basically look for people who are very good in engineering, plus also in this type of policy writing. So there is an MA in public policy. So you can do an BTech in mechanical engineering and an MA in public policy. This is also very important. So this is some, and you can do again finance. You can do a BTech in say any naval architecture, do a MTech in quantitative finance. It's a very important field that is coming up. So these are some very interesting opportunities the curriculum offers. In addition, we are also trying to make 40% of the courses you can take online. In the sense, we have the NPTEL, National Program for Technology Enhanced Learning. It is a multi-IIT effort coordinated by IIT Madras. So we are running the NPTEL portal. We are running the exams. Professors from multiple IITs come and teach there. They teach courses. We have now said the kids can take from 20 to 40% of the courses online. This essentially means in a 6th semester, you can take these NPTEL courses online in the evenings. It's because it's not, and you can go for a 6-month to 8-month internship. Many large companies want 8-month interns. And invariably, when you go and do well, by the end of your 3rd year, you get a very good placement. This is also very important. So we are enabling so many things in this new curriculum task force. And if we have an opportunity to meet you as our student here, the orientation program will talk more about this curriculum task force. Now, let me come to one of the star offering that we have now. This is a BTech, first of its kind in AI and data analytics. Today, AI jobs are at 3 levels. One is people who just can use some models and do application level. You are paid today very well. It is like Y2K, right? Year 2000, when the calendar went from 1999 to 2000, it became year. A lot of the software had only 2 digits for year. 12, 1, 24. The 2024, that 20 was not there, only 24. So many of the software would have become 0, and so interest calculation, everything would have gone into. So this is called Y2K. And that thing exists as long that people crossed that year 2000. After that, that whole technology failed, meaning it was not necessary. So AI also at the application layer, if you just learn how to make one model, another model together, it's not easy, but it's basically application development. As engineers, we look forward to something much more than that. The second layer is basically to model. There are a lot of fundamental models. There is a problem at hand. You model a solution which also comprises AI. The third is actually working on hardcore AI. Working on hardcore AI is not, AI cannot be like skin and blood. AI and data has to go together. Because without data, there's nothing that I can learn, train, and test. Okay. So it's all data driven. Whether it's financial market, it's agriculture market, it's economics, it is health sector, it is sustainable cities, it is irrigation planning, whatever today, wherever AI is going to play a role. AI is going to play a role everywhere. Natural language processing, judiciary, for example. Today, judiciary needs a lot of AI. People filing cases they submit 2,000-page affidavit. Now, for the court to go through this 2,000-page to find out whether the case can be admitted or not takes 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Huge manpower is working on it. Can I develop AI engines which can do that? These are all tractable problems. Simply, I'm telling you about where AI will be helpful in judiciary, not just to deliver verdicts or deliver case, even to scrutinize applications. We need AI. A lot of companies receive thousands of applications today. To find out some suitable application, AI is being used. So friends, understanding AI at these 3 levels is extremely important, along with data. And what today typical AI education teaches is that it is ancillary to some other discipline. For example, computer science has a set of AI electives that can never make you an AI expert, right? So keeping this in mind, more than 27 faculties spread across 8 departments, they worked together and got this course called BTech in AI and Data Analytics. This is the course I strongly believe that will generate the required AI expert for our nation, say 4 years down the line. We need the person who is here to understand a system. AI cannot, you have some data, you train and you test it and you can't give it off. No, it doesn't work like that. We need to understand the entire system and then do a careful study to find out where AI can be intervening. What is the cost of AI doing something wrong there? There's something called responsible AI there. And then we should also look at how data can be massaged, how data can be presented to these AI algorithms. So a lot of things need to work on that. And after that, you need to start deploying AI. You need to make certain models. And if those models doesn't work, you have to refine these models, understand this. So AI itself, data analytics and AI itself now themselves together demand a BTech curriculum. And that is why we have got this BTech in AI and data analytics. So that even the chemistry courses will be computational chemistry, computational physics. So this gives you a very, very big understanding about systems, about data generated by these systems, and how we can model it, how we can, really make systems, AI systems that work. So this is a superset of the jobs. So the type of jobs you will get here, type of innovation that you can do, type of startups you can make here, which will be a superset of all the other AI efforts that are taken in their individual discipline. So that is where this course becomes extremely important. There'll be 50 seats that we are trying to offer this year, and that will be world class. We will not experiment with students. Okay, it's all your career. So this curriculum has been designed over several months, discussed for hours in our Senate. A lot of industry validation, but from top industries like Google, etc. They have validated, experts from these industries have validated the syllabus. And this is going to give the most important jobs in AI across sectors. It's not just, starts from financial sector where AI is used in a big way. Of course, even mechanical engineering. Today, you want to fine tune and TVS 50 is the cheapest, most versatile, robust vehicle that our nation has produced. I hope all of you know, at least your parents will know this TVS 50. It's a Benz for the poor. Okay? Now, even if you want to fine tune a TVS 50 engine, AI can help in a very big way. Friends, I also want to tell you a very big secret here. That is, vaccines could have taken years, could have taken 5 years, 10 years. how could the vaccine, that to effective vaccine, come out within 10 months or 12 months? And we started with a lot of confidence. We were able to inject to people. How did it happen? Because of data and AI. Data, very important, right? So people were able to quickly process these data and come to some conclusions based on the human trials and animal trials. And that has speeded up multiple times, and it has saved the world, right? So 2 points I want to drive. There's a lot of data analytics that goes into biology. Next generation medical devices are going to be data-driven, AI-driven. Like that, every field. Even when you want to fine-tune a TVS 50 engine, there's a lot of data that it generates. You can look at that data to find out specifically where you can fine-tune it. So like this, the AI data analytics is one of the big offerings that we are now. So 2 important courses that we launched in the last 2 years, the BS in Medical Sciences and Engineering, for which the admission is through ISER aptitude test, and the BTech in data AI and data analytics, the admission is through this JEE Advanced. So people, there are 146 people attending here. There'll be a lot more outside. Your friends, please pass on this message about these new courses to them, so that when all of you make a decision, let it be a very informed decision, right? Because it's all your career and it's irreversible. So with this, we are touching 6:15. Time allotted to me is getting over. If there is time, I can answer a couple of questions. If you have any questions, please, and let me take it from there. Thank you very much. Very happy meeting you, and hopefully I did not bore you, both parents and students, and hope whatever I had conveyed is useful to you. Hopefully I did not confuse you. That's very important. Thank you very much. I open up for some questions. Okay, can I answer these questions that are there on the chat?
Yes, sir, please go ahead. I think Nikhil or Amritash are trying to coordinate it, but yes, please go ahead if there's some question that you feel you can go ahead and answer.
So I'll just start with your department, Pratap. Is it possible to combine metallurgy with AI and data sciences? Absolutely, yes. Because today, one of the important field, I have Professor Pratap Haridas, who is here. I'm a little bit scared to talk in front of him. I am a computer scientist. He's a metallurgist. So this question has 50-50 for each. But let me take the courage to answer your question. Yes, it's very, very important today. One of the important research areas in metallurgy is what we call as composites. Composites are those which are lightweight. So today you make rockets, you make aeroplanes, you make farming equipments. These are made of composites. One thing is the weight should be less, but the toughness should be there. I can't have a less weight and, less weight, and I can't have a less weight and then I can basically, it should not break on the field, right? So a lot of things are necessary for that. A lot of research need to be done. A lot of data need to be collected. Like how vaccines are formed, AI and data science helps in the development of composites. There is one figure that I can give you. There can be N more examples. I think, yes. So the answer is yes, it is possible to combine metallurgy with AI and data science. And Mr. Ishan Gulia, if you want to join metallurgy, please do join metallurgy. Because today, one of the most important things is what, even for semiconductor electronics everywhere today, is what we call as rare earth metals, rare metals. And we need not only to find out where the rare metal is, we need to purify. Today, unfortunately, in our country, refining gold, we don't have people. I'm motivating the metallurgy department, and hopefully they listen to me, that after a 4-year BTech in metallurgy, they should have 1-year dual degree program in jewelry making. Creative jewelry, it's a piece of art. We are not seeing those. It's a massive market. Friends, IIT Madras today also has the diamond, lab-grown diamond initiative at around 250 crores of Indian rupees, which roughly translates to $32 million. We have the diamond factory, so we can grow diamond. We have started growing diamonds in the lab. Like how diamonds were grown in the coal fields, if people dig it and get it, it takes several centuries. We can now grow it much faster, much faster in say months. So these are all some of the very big things. So Mr. Gula, if you want to take metallurgy, please do take it as a great future. So Avadut Khilari asked, what's your opinion on branch like mathematics and computing? It's a very important branch. Friend, today, computing is all about mathematics. You make an AI algorithm. I'll talk about AI. It's a little easy for me to explain. Why does an AI algorithm work well? Suddenly you find some algorithm working well. How do you go and prove it? Mathematics play a role. Appreciating AI models, mathematics play a role. Beyond some point, applied physics is applied mathematics. So that's why we call mathematics the queen of sciences. So mathematics and computing, I'm sure it has, you have in Delhi, etc. I think it's a very good course and you must aspire to take it. Upcoming quantum era, CS or EE, both are good, very important course, because quantum computing has quantum algorithms. At the same time, quantum computing also has quantum physics, which also comes through E. So both CS and E, today quantum communications is also taking up, quantum sensing is taking up, quantum materials is taking up. So from a quantum perspective, all these three are especially beautiful and very important. Please tell us about engineering. Engineering design is one of the marvelous department that IIT Madras has created. It is what a truly interdisciplinary department. We have people from electrical engineering, civil engineering, biotech, mechanical, all of them as a part of the engineering design department. They are specialized there. So we have robotics, we have electric vehicles there. Engineering design teaches you how to design a system from scratch. Right? Probably the only department that does that. And we have the system thinking as a very important course there. We are trying to make system thinking as a course for all. Engineering design is a department that will make you think, that will make you imagine, that will allow you to explore and come out with very interesting and beautiful products. The ether energy has a origin. Ether energy, many of you would have seen ether scooters. The ether energy is a part of our engineering design department. They started as a small wing at our department here, and it all grew. Right? So, engineering design is a wonderful department. Mr. Nirmal Tosh, I'd love to see you as an engineering design student at IIT Madras. Very nice. And Karthik M has asked, we are very eager. So, respected Professor V. Kamakoti sir. So IIT Madras is a very flat system. So I love to be called as Kama. Karthik, if you join us, call me as Kama. Okay. Now with that, we are very eager to hear from you and gain insights into future prospects of composites and sustainability area. Composites are going to go big and big and big. And the thing is that, can I use these composites and do 3D printing and make these very wonderful, highly precise designs? Is going to be very important. Composites are having two orthogonal requirements, in my opinion. Pratap can correct me. It can be that it needs to be lightweight, at the same time it needs to be sturdy, and it's going to have a very, very important thing. And sustainability is extremely important here. So inside sustainability, we have now got a chair professor for what we call as urban mining. Urban area today, the waste you collect, there's a lot of wealth there. There are companies, friends, which are importing waste. What? Importing waste. 20,000 tons per month to run some of their industry here. So waste collection, waste segregation is going to be the next important sustainable stuff. This morning, we had a very interesting seminar organized by the International Center for Clean Water, ICCW. It's a center headed by a very accomplished professor, Professor Pradeep. He's a Padma Shri. He is working in the area of providing clean water. You know, in Sanskrit, there's a statement, Ushatiriva Mataraha. Ushatiriva Mataraha means water, Usha is water. It is as respectable and as contributing as a mother. Mother nourishes you, feeds you. This mother affection is very, very important. Friends, today is Father's Day. So all of you, please take the blessings of your father. Okay, right. Thinking of father, also mother. Mother nourishes you. So water is equated to mother, right? Right. This water, giving clean water. Today we have a lot of challenges. Somebody asked, where can I use AI in metallurgy? Metallurgy, you can design these beautiful filters. These filters come with a contribution from chemical, metallurgy, mechanical, applied mechanics, and of course some design thinking from ED. And all these things put together can give you potable water at a reasonable cost. That's a sustainability goal, right? So this is very, very important. I think I've missed one question before this. PS3, what is the future scope of aerospace? As I mentioned, please come to IIT Madras, look at the rocket factory. We are printing 3D rockets. Friends, 1 lakh satellites have to go of different nature in every 5 years. So we have continuous business. So Dabu-wise, money-wise, it's very, very big field. And other than that, in terms of other research areas, it is aerospace is a booming sector. I'm sure all of you, the number of flights. Imagine, just go to Ask Indigo, Vistara, and Air India, how many planes they have ordered. It'll be in hundreds. Every country has this. So it's a very challenging field. And if you are interested in aerospace, you must take it. More than that, our country's defense, our country's security. I want many of you to join the Indian forces, the Indian Army. Not fly, if you fly planes and fight, that is big one. But you can be even maintenance of these flights, configuring these flights, work with Hindustan Aeronautical Limited, make next India's fighter planes, India's transportation plane, India's light combat aircrafts, LCAs, work on the engines, the combustion engines. Today, E-plane is coming up. E-plane is a startup in IIT Madras. We are now having taxis, which can basically take you from one place to another. So these are all very, very interesting, very important aerospace concepts. In addition, friends, we are setting up Asia's largest hyperloop. Hyperloop is you create a vacuum and you send a train inside it, like that bullet train. It's magnetic with levitation. Send it at massive speed, 500 kilometers per hour. So you can reach from here to Bangalore in 35 minutes, right? When we call a lot of people to come to Madras, they say, oh, climate, Bangalore is good. Madras, it's humid. But then now we say that when Hyperloop is there, you can stay in Bangalore, come to Madras, 35 minutes. Now it takes, in the traffic to come, traverse some 10 kilometers, it takes 35 minutes. You can come this 350 kilometers, come here, work and go back in the night. So, this is in a lighter vein. Of course, this is what we are envisaging. So, Asia's largest track and probably the first test track in the world. Tesla had it, Elon Musk had one, but I think it's now closed for public. We'll be launching the first international competition here in our Discovery campus. We have this Asia's longest track, what you call as this Hyperloop track. So these are all there's a very big startup company, Tutor. It's valued at 450 crores already. That's a prosperity of that company, working on that niche technology. And friends, 70 students from multiple departments, including aerospace, are part of it. So the future of aerospace is not just to fly high, not go to the space, but also on the earth, you can fly within a vacuum tube. And there a lot of aero principles are being used. So this is also another example where aerospace will go. Next, Nehal, what are the courses that are part of CS curriculum but not there in AIDA curriculum? See, AIDA will be completely driven towards application development. There is a full-fledged foundation to computing system design that is there, which will teach you how to construct hardware, how to do machine language, how to write assemblers, how to define low-level virtual machines, how to translate low-level virtual machine into assembly, how to define grammars, how to have a high-level language, how to do compilers. So the entire compute stack in the third semester you learn. So the computing courses that is done. But then details of operating system, details of compilers, that will not be there in CS. That will not be there in AIDA, which will be there in CS. But on the contrary, you will have a lot more of modeling courses, lot more of mathematical courses, lot more of domain-specific courses, which is specific to AI, and lot of architecture, computer architecture specifically for Edge AI. What is Edge AI? Today on your phone, you show your face and the phone unlocks. So there is an intelligence that is built on your phone, which will recognize your face and allow you. But most importantly, do not recognize others' face and not allow them. That's also very important. So this is very good. Sir, should a lower branch at IIT be preferred over top NIT CSE branch? Array, there's nothing called lower, nothing called top. Anonymous, you want to be anonymous? But I'm telling every parent here, every student who have logged in here, right? There is nothing called lower branch or top branch. That's how I started this. Every branch, like how there cannot be a bad mother, right? There cannot be a bad father. There cannot be a bad branch offered by any of the IITs or NITs. We experiment, we think about it, we feel the necessity, and then these branches come up. So whichever branch you get, anonymous attendee, please take that branch. Enjoy it. Love that subject and work on it. Okay. So I'm saying you can take either, I don't know what is lower branch, but I have explained you. So you can take at IIT or at NIT. Both are centrally funded technical institutions. Both are very good and you can take. Now coming to Mr. Patel, I am interested in electronics, but as per my rank, I may get mechanical IIT Madras. But my rank shows mechanical at IITM, then whether is it possible to study electronics as minor after also getting mechanical degree? How can I go research? So mechanical has a very interesting concept, Patel, which we call as mechatronics. Mechatronics is leading the show. So there is a lot of electronics and embedded systems that are part of your. Let us take your car. I hope you will have a car. You see the number of electronics inside it. There are embedded systems there. So there is a lot of electronics that you need. But in addition, there is a cyber physical system, dual degree program, which has mechanical engineering you can take. That will teach you a lot of embedded systems. So you can spend 1 year, take a BTech in electronics or mechanical and a MTech in cyber physical systems, or MTech in, you can also look at the MTech in robotics, which also has lot of electronics. So you can specialize in electronics and you can take forward. The answer is yes at IIT Madras. So Patel, wish to see you sometime here. Okay. Srividya Navaluri, sir, may I know the other courses that we can enter other than through JEE Advanced? Yes, only one course we have, Ms. Srividya. This is the course on medical sciences and engineering, BS in medical sciences and engineering, for which you should have written the ISER aptitude test. And that's also a very good course. A lot of people have applied for it. The application is open till June 28th. And yes, you can take it into that. Yes. And now, Snehil Chatterjee, I am interested in pursuing physics. The only branches I know of are BS and engineering physics. What else can I consider? You can also do electrical engineering, friend. There's a lot of physics in electrical engineering. You can certainly do that. And that will also teach you a lot of physics, as of now you want physics. But then chemical engineering, chemical processes has physical, lot of introduction from physics. You take a lot of inputs from physics. Mechanical engineering, today you would have solved your pulley problems, the famous pulley problems of your AI. These are all mechanical engineering oriented problems, and that is physics. So there is physics everywhere, but I understand you want to do more hardcore physics. BS itself is a very good course. You can also take the engineering physics, BTech in engineering physics, and in addition, you can also look at the electrical engineering. Sir, what is your view on new branch of industrial engineering and operational research starting in IITB? It's a very important course. Industrial engineering is something which is basically taking you closer to industry. It gives you a broad view of what are the important industrial processes in place, and it will give you management of these processes, understanding of these processes, and how do you configure. Today, somebody wants to set up, say, a petroleum refinery. What are the steps? So this is very, very important. And that operational research also becomes important. Operational research, essentially, right? It becomes important because planning is very important. And that planning, basically, you have to plan in the presence of constraints. So you have to model your entire planning as a bunch of constraints and solve those constraints. I can't go this far. I don't have this much money. I have limitations on the manpower. I have only this. So many things are there. So you have to solve the problem given these constraints. And that is where industrial engineering and operational research will be. So it's a very good course. It's a new branch and you must consider it. And so in mechatronics, electronics and mechanical are taught together. Yes, mechatronics essentially means electronics for mechanical engineers. And yes, it is taught together, and there will be a lot of all the prerequisites for this will be covered there. Now, let us go to Pallav Jain. Hi, sir. We are considering metallurgical engineering course at IITM and wanted to pursue minor in CSAI. Is that allowed? Is there any entry criteria for taking a minor? Okay. So there is a interdisciplinary dual degree in data science and AI, but you should get some CGPA, right? It's based on your performance. So you study, of course, since you are taking metallurgy on your own interest. Yes, take metallurgy, do very well in that, work on rare earth. Hopefully you will get into metallurgy related courses itself, but you want to do a minor, meaning this interdisciplinary dual degree program. There is data science and AI, there is cyber physical systems. So there are multiple computer science oriented courses, and certainly you will get into one, but study well. So the entry criteria is you must study well, put lot more effort. Right. Aryan Sinha, sir, I really wanted to pursue a career in biotech, but there's a chance that I might not get a seat here in IIT Madras, but rather one in IIT Kharagpur or Roorkee. My question is that should I pursue it there or choose a different stream? I also want to kind of merge AI with biotech, so please guide on that too, pray. Okay, so biotech is anywhere you take biotech, anywhere. Today, biotech has a course on AI by itself. So AI has become so prevalent, Aryan, that, every department has a course. There's a data analytics course for biotech, which one of our very good professors, very great professor, Professor Karthik Raman is offering. It's data analytics for biotech. So every discipline has a data and a related AI course tailor-made for the discipline. So you merging AI with biotech is certainly a possibility. And you can take at IIT Kharagpur. They are all very good courses. IIT Roorkee, all are very well-established institutions. And you can certainly aspire that. And we now have introduced this course 50 seats for AI data analytics. So there is this 50 seats. So somewhere the ranks of other departments may also, some students may move here. So you may have a chance there also. But if you had written the ISER aptitude test well, I don't know when is that exam. I think maybe it got over. And you could get a rank. You can also join our BS in Medical Sciences and Engineering, Aryan. And that's also, there are also a lot of AI with biotech is happening there. But with biology and medicine is offering. Abhiram Krovi, sir, what do you think is better considering the scope in future, either going in the research side or opting courses which are beneficial in the industry now? See, it is too early for you, Abhiram, to ask this question. Just keep studying well. Any course you do will have a relevance to both research and industry. All the core courses and all the electives. Somewhere in your second year, end of the second year, where you will start choosing electives. Till then, you will be only doing core courses, right? At that point, you can decide whether you want to go to industry or you want to pursue research. At that point, you can make a call. And both, we have enough courses for both the lines. And many of the courses are oriented both for research and for industry. So this is my answer. Sir, my son initially told interested only in ACE or EE, but he could get EP or mechanical and etc. branches. He felt physics may be tough subject. After attending IITM Demo day, he is ready to accept EP from IITM. Which is better, EP or mechanical engineering? You are asking me whether your right eye you want or your left eye you want. Okay. Both are great courses, and I'm very happy you're and every course is tough, every course is easy. It's the way you look at it. If you fall in love with the subject, it becomes easy. If you start fearing the subject, it becomes difficult. It's all only mental makeup. And he has cleared JEE Advanced. He should have done good in physics. So even if he has not done good in physics, don't worry. He can come and make it up here. So love to see. What is your son's name, Nagarajan? You can type. So I would have been very happy if your son has typed this. So ask him to be bold enough to ask questions. Friends, after you come here, I don't know what happened in your school. If you ask a question, your teacher will get upset or be happy. But in IIT Madras, if you ask questions, the teacher will feel very, very happy. Okay. So all of you are going to join IIT Madras. You must develop the skill of asking questions. And you ask a lot of questions, you learn from the act of questioning, you learn so many things. And from the answer, you learn much more things. Okay. Sir, I am getting the EEE at IIT Dharwad and Biological Engineering at IITM. I am confused what to take. I would like to hear something from you which will give me. Already I have answered. Both are great courses. Dharwad is a very nice place. It's also a developing IIT. It's very good. So either EEE there or Biological Engineering, both make sense to you. You can decide. You can, if you are still confused, put a toss. Head means Dharwad, tail means IITM. I don't know your name, you're anonymous attendee, but anyway, I'd love to see you at IIT Madras, and so will be Dharwad's director. Okay, so fine. Then Mrityunjay Tiwari, Kamakoti sir, which degree would hold more value in quantum computing engineering? Both engineering and electrical physics. EP and electrical branches have a lot of say in quantum computing. If you look at any research paper, there'll be a physicist and there'll be an electrical engineer for sure, and computer scientist also. So both branches, anything you get, you take. And still, the quantum mission for India has started, right? It's a 6,000 crore by the central government. And we have lot to do here. And we have a interdisciplinary dual degree program in quantum sciences. So you can also take that. Okay. Vish Patel. What about quantum communication? Yes, it's going off very nice. We have actually a very good quantum communication set up in IIT Madras, where we do up to 2-3 kilometers, but we can do to hundreds of kilometers. And it's a very big challenge. It's a beautiful concept. And someone in mechanical engineering want to research in quantum communication, how we can do join mechanical engineering at the end of 4th year, basically get into the interdisciplinary dual degree program in quantum sciences, right? And so you get your BTech in mechanical engineering and your interdisciplinary dual degree program in quantum sciences, right? Would a student get a job in a branch in which he did a minor? Array, don't bother about branch. Study well, you'll get it, right? I want to tell one story. I'll come to Snehil. I just missed Snehil. I'm talking to this anonymous attendee. Friends, keep this in mind. If you want to go to the sun, as bright carrier like the sun, if you are walking towards the sun, your shadow will keep following you, even if you don't want. But if you miss the sun and start catching your shadow will also go off, and your objective to go and reach the sun also will go off. Similarly, concentrate on studies. Concentrate. I want to do great in this. This job, this money, this fame, power will keep on coming like a shadow. Even if you don't want it, will come with you. But if you miss that studies and start looking at job or money and other things at this stage in life, you will miss this and also your studies. Okay. So this is the advice I'm giving you. I'm 56 years old, friends, and this is what life has taught me. Till 30, I've been studying. I did not look at job or anything. After that, sky is the limit for me. Okay. Why I'm telling this, not to boost or anything, just as an example, as what an elder person has experienced in staying in India. Okay. So all of you concentrate on studies and you will get great job if you study well. There's all these placement and other things, this news that is coming. Everybody who has got an 8 and above CGPA, every student, 8 and above CGPA, which is very easy to get. You should be so lazy to get something less than 8 in IIT Madras. Okay. Getting 8 is possible if you put reasonable effort. Every student who has got 8 and above CGPA has got a job. Very good job. Right? So that is the thing. Snehil, BS Physics in IIT Madras was BS Physics in IIC Bangalore. What is the comparison? Array. IIC is a great institution. Right? So is IIT Madras. Right? So it's again, you are asking me left eye or right eye, which eye you want. Right? Both are great courses. Of course, in the BS in Physics here, we are slightly engineering oriented. The BS in Physics there is application orientation, but also a lot of stress on theoretical physics, right? So both are good courses, and it's going to be very, very important. I think I answered Vish Patel about quantum communication. Now, Muthukrishnan sir, my son has done PCMC in 12th. He is willing to take biological engineering considering joint. He has not studied biology in 12th, hence he is confused. No, there's no necessity for doing. We cover biology in from scratch, so he can come and join biological engineering. But he must start liking biology. I think he will. So there's no necessity of biology. But for all the parents here, you would have other children who will be coming up to. Please do not put them into computer science in +1 and +2. They need to learn biology in life. Please, it's my humble request. I don't know if you all come in person, I will even prostrate before you. We are losing so much. Your kid is losing so much. This computer science you can learn here. You come here, first 3 months, we'll make them dada in computers. We have this CS 100 course and we have enough. They need not do that. And somewhere they say because of biology, you will not get these all nonsense. Okay. They should study biology. All the sisters and brothers of all our younger sisters and younger brothers and all your friends, everybody, please request them to put these kids into biology. Biology is important. I'm not saying I am some ordinary director of some IIT Madras. Knuth, father of computer science, Stanford professor, he has told the next 200 years, he wrote the art of computer programming. Next 200 years, it's going to be biology. Okay. So please make your kids, it's my humble request, pleading that please request your juniors, your sisters, younger sisters, brothers, younger brothers to biology and let them put some effort on that. Okay. So, but anyway, Mr. Muthukrishnan, your son can join biological engineering. It doesn't matter. We will teach the required biology. Okay. What can I do if I complete 1 or 2 years in XYZ branch and realize that I choose that's what I'm saying, anonymous certainly. I think you are on for quite some time.
Yes, sir.
At the end of the 4th year, you can basically, at the end of your 4th semester, you can take an interdisciplinary dual degree, which will give you, of course, you can't get away from this degree. You can finish all the core subjects, but you'll start liking it. But then you can do your interest in the remaining 2. Scope of aerospace, these things have done. Insights up to engineering physics. Today, quantum is coming up. Engineering physics is one of the very important things. I think that's going to be extremely important. Then, right, could you shed light on what chemical engineers with dual degree from physics departments can do? Okay, chemical engineering is extremely important today. Entire battery technology is EVs. Many things are going up in that. Today, ammunition, combustion engines, the fuel technologies, everything is chemical engineering. So chemical engineering will play a very important role in the multi-trillion economy that we are envisaging. So that will be wonderful. And I also see a lot of chemical engineers becoming great data scientists. One of very great data scientists from IIT is IIT Madras. He is a dean of international relationship, Professor Raghunathan Rangaswamy. He's one of the great data scientists, but he is a chemical engineer. And even in the data science and AI department that we have recently started, we have a lot of chemical engineers. So chemical engineering gives you good orientation to what you call data science also. I'm interested in renewable energy. What would be the best course for me? Not mechanical engineering or electrical engineering. Do power electronics. Then we have a lot of sustainability course, lot of courses on renewable energy. So I think this is the way you can take. And so this is something that I could say. Even today, battery technology is also very important. So you can join chemical engineering also. Mechanical, chemical, and electrical engineering are some very interesting courses where you can later dwell into renewable energy. And renewable energy needs fundamentals, lot of fundamentals from this. Even physics also, engineering physics also.
Yeah, some metallurgy courses are also there, sir, in renewable energy, metallurgy and materials engineering courses.
Material courses are also there, yes. So what are the career options after BTech in biological engineering? You can do further research. You can basically go into the pharma industry. You can go into the medtech development industry. And a lot of biological engineering people are into drug discovery type of very big like Reddy Labs and many other pharma industry, right? So this is one. What are the criteria for someone in civil or MSME to take AI, data science, computer science electives? Yes, you should score well. Yes, there will be a CGPA based selection at the end of fourth semester. The CGPA that you get based on it, but we admit close to 200 students in the data science interdisciplinary dual degree program. So yeah, I do reasonably well. Don't bunk classes. Don't sit in the hostel. Come. I think that will come up well. Sir, should I prefer newer IITs with my dream? Yes, you should prefer newer IITs also. So we have very good IITs, very beautiful IITs. We have IIT Hyderabad is second generation. If you call us as the first generation, second generation is IIT Hyderabad. And those at the stage. Then we have IIT Palakkad, IIT Tirupati. All are going very well, right? IIT Dharwad, IIT Bhubaneswar. So you can prefer your IITs with your dream, yes, and it's also good. And you will also have a lot of opportunities to basically contribute to the growth of the institute. IIT Madras is a grown institute, but if you are in, say, IIT Tirupati or IIT Bhubaneswar, etc., the institute there, you will get more opportunities to work in the growth of the institute. Okay, right? So that will give you more pleasure. At some point of time, you should all own your institute. Okay, institute is after all the one that's going to shape your career, and both of you should be in permanent synchrony. The institute and you, right? Institute is, according to me, institute is a mother. So your mother and you, that some relationship should always be there. Harshvardhan Agarwal, after 5 years from now, which branch will have most job opportunities as per trend? CSE, AI and data analytics, mathematics and computer, all the branches will have enough opportunities provided you study well. And you should also have some sustainability, renewable energy, all these things will have very good. So it's not that this job, after 5 years, things will not go back. All of them will have a lot of relevance. I want an eventual career in space industry and my rank puts me in E. Should I take that or go for Aero? I think you want to go to space industry, go for Aero. Okay, right? Hello, sir. Could you elaborate more on the scope and opportunities in naval engineering? I just told you. We have submarines. We have to build ships. We have to build harbors. We have to build, gateways. There are tourism that is coming up. Naval archaeology is coming up. So many. And offshore windmills we need to construct. So, Sachin Sundar, I don't know what is your rank, but if you are interested in naval engineering, just jump at it. I'm just looking for top 50. One fellow should join naval architecture. I think that will set the trend. India needs naval architectures today. One person in top 50. I think my role as a director is done for. Okay. But that's the importance of that course. I don't know how to convince you, but it's very, very important. So now Arudra, so after joining aerospace, can I take programming? Yes, of course. Today, when a rocket flies, Arudra, there is a navigation onboard computing on the rocket. And that computer solves Navier-Stokes equation there. Okay, it's not a joke. So there'll be a lot of embedded programming on your rocket. So you have to do. It's not that you will be forced to take programming and in a machine, and you'll do what you call as bare metal programming. It will be extremely interesting. You will work very closely to the hardware and write software for it. So yes, would a student get a job in a branch in which he did a minor? Yes, he will get. I think I have answered. IITM doesn't have math and computing, but are there electives through which we can learn in? Yes, of course, we have mathematics elective. We have a lot of numerical computing there. There's an industrial mathematics MTech that is offered. Those electives are also available for BTech students. And the AI and data analytics also has a lot of math and computing. So is the computer science and engineering curriculum. What is scope for chemistry plus data science for industry or research? Absolutely beautiful, because today, when you look at anything, there is a chemical process, like for example, Steel Authority of India Limited, today are requiring a lot of data scientists to actually do many of their planning, many of their refining process, etc. So there is a lot of scope for chem plus data science both from industry perspective and also from research perspective. If we join a 5-year dual program, can we convert it into a 4-year?
Professor, I want to add a little bit to this. We are getting this question again and again. What the students want to do is join the 5-year physics program and then early exit with a 4-year BTech.
No, it's not possible, right? So unless there's a branch change at the end of first year, but we have now stopped branch change at IIT Madras. So from a 5-year program, we can't go to a 4-year program. We don't have branch change here. If I want to study quantum computing earlier, but in Madras, I was eligible for mechanical. So can I study quantum? Yes, you can study quantum. You can take the interdisciplinary dual degree program in quantum sciences at the end of 4th year, and you will get it. So electrical engineering is a very vast discipline. What opportunities? Since it is vast, you have vast opportunities. Today, very few people understand transformers. We need so much smart grid today. If India has to be, we are assuming a multi-trillion economy, a lot of things come from power. How do we evacuate power? How do we put? So even just smart grids today, there are a lot of AI and related problems that we would like to solve. So electrical engineering has vast, quantum communication today, telecommunication, 5G, 6G, everything comes from electrical engineering. So touch everything and everywhere today, this computer has electronics. We have so many things. I think, so we have so much of electrical needs. And so there is vast opportunities for electrical engineers in this. Then, sir, I'm interested in renewable energy. What course? I think I already answered this question. Sir, I'm interested. Somebody asked, IIT Madras, takes ISER aptitude test only for admission to BS medical sciences and engineering. Okay, so only for that. All the other courses are through JEE Advanced. Can you please tell if I can merge aerospace and artificial? Yes, I told you, right? So you can do aerospace, you can do data science as an interdisciplinary dual degree program. You can spend 1 extra year and you can do a lot work there. So is there anything like mechanics is a harder branch for girls? There is no such stigma. Girls, every girl can answer everything. We have got very good success in girls faring very well in every branch. So there is no gender bias in any branch. And we want more girls to come and join IIT Madras. Okay. So currently it is 20%. We want to make it 50-50 so that you give a good challenge to the boys. Okay. So, sir, could you please share some info about the new 6-month internship? So what we have done is at the 6th semester, I think Pratap can add to this. 6th semester, we are basically giving 1 semester where you can do some courses online. And since you can do it online, you can go to the industry and spend that 6th semester, about 6 months, plus 2 months of summer vacation, around 8 months, you can spend in the industry. which will give you a very good industry flavor. And very importantly, it can also give you a pre-placement offer. Sir, if I get biotech, can I take data science and AI? Yes, you can as a interdisciplinary dual Kritu Chatpan. Okay, I think we answered most of the questions, and I hope these
Amazing.
answers were good. I hope I did not confuse. So see, most of you parents, children, of course, as director of IIT Madras, I'm very first, I congratulate. Every IIT is a great IIT. Every NIT is a great NIT. So all the best. Wherever you go, whatever you study, please study with your heart. It should be your first love. So you should love that subject. And I want parents to encourage them. Don't get disheartened if you don't get computer science. I'll give my example. I failed in chemistry in JEE Advanced in 1983. In 1985. I would have got 3 marks out of 100. I hated chemistry. But friend, I wrote GATE. I came to IIT Madras. I wanted to join IIT Madras. But I did it in Venkateswara Engineering College. And then I joined IIT Madras for MS. I joined IIT Madras for PhD. Then IIT Madras gave me both those degrees. They couldn't give me a BTech, but the institute gave me MS and PhD. Then made me assistant professor, promoted me as associate, promoted me as professor, and fate had it, made me chairman of JEE, which I failed. Okay. So don't get disheartened by you don't get some branch or this thing. Parents, please be with your kid. Every course has a great future. If you are a cobbler, be the best cobbler. If you are a butler, be the best butler. Right? If you are a barber, be the best barber. This is Chinese proverb. It's very important. I think we need to follow it. So no course is inferior to any other course. Every course you do, be the best in that course. Aspire to be. Parents support your kids on those lines. I'm sure, and I'll be very happy to see most of you or all of you at IIT Madras on July, I think 24th or something, right? And then first. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Amritash, you had something to close right now? Or Piyush?
Thank you
Go ahead.
so much, Professor. And it's amazing to see you answer so many questions and with so much clarity.
Amrut, I just wanted to say that there were 321 questions answered, and out of which at least 100 of them were answered by Professor Kamakoti. So I'm just so amazed by the time and dedication that he could have invested into this. So thanks a lot, Professor.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm leaving now. Thank you very much. Good night.
We didn't get to talk about the hostel life and the campus life. Piyush, would you like to take some more time, maybe 10-15 minutes, and just go through the slides we have on campus?
Absolutely.
Pradap sir, it's okay, right?
Yeah, sure, certainly. Please go ahead.
All right, let's go. So talking about life at IIT Madras, right? So we have spoken so much about scopes in different, different departments and how can you do IEEEs, how can you do different things. So now let's also talk about how can you
Nikhil, hello. I think Piyush got logged off.
1 second, Amrit, 1 second.
1 second. Let me take over. Okay, so
Hello, hi, I am back. I just joined from Nikhil's laptop because my laptop just ran out of battery.
so I think we were talking about campus life, right?
Life at IIT Madras. Yeah, so I was just saying that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And essentially, that's what we'll sort of discuss about. How do you play at IIT Madras? How do you play instruments? How do you play cricket? And many other things. Right, so let's just play this short video about what are the different aspects to life at IIT Madras. Amrut, can you please play the video?
Before that, just want to thank Professor Pratap for joining us. He'll be leaving now. 4 to 7 was our time. Thank you so much, Professor.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Wish you all the very best. We really look forward to seeing you in our campus. And in any case, we wish you the very best. You've come a long distance to arrive here. We wish you a very, happy, prosperous career in whatever it is you choose. We just leave you with that message that I think, as Professor Kamakoti said, if you pick something and you do well, you will have great opportunities. We are not offering any degree in any of the IITs, which is in a useless area, so to speak. So I'm pretty confident that if you pick it up, get interested in it, you'll do well. And you have enough variety to diversify as you go along, even within the discipline, even without even looking at all the electives and all that, right? I mean, in most of the disciplines, there is a computational element, there is an experimental element, there is a theoretical element, etc. So whatever side of it that you enjoy, you will have an opportunity to build on it and showcase your talents. So feel confident when you make the decisions. Don't feel very defeated about it. Feel confident. Go ahead, take a decision, and we will help you along the way as you come along. Thank you so much. I will now exit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor.
Let me tell you a little secret about IIT Madras. Here you will run the show. From building robots and rockets to organizing college fests like Sarang and Shastra, it will all be led by you. Even your home on campus, the hostels and messes are pretty much student-run, which means you'll get to build a space that feels like your own.
And that same spirit of students taking charge, it spreads to our sports scene too, which is off the charts, by the way. In fact, some of the most fierce sporting battles happen among the hostels themselves during Shravani. Cricket, football, chess, carom, you name it. The hostels put everything on the line in the ultimate test of skill and pride.
Then we have a diverse range of student clubs and communities you can be a part of. No matter what your passion or interest is, there's bound to be a club for it on campus. We've got clubs for musicians, actors, dancers, writers, orators, gamers, comedians, you name it. Why? We even have a club that creates new clubs every year.
You can either lead or be an active participant in clubs of your choice while exploring your interests. And if leadership is your thing, you can stand for elections to the student council that calls all the shots. Planning activities, managing budgets, running operations, and so on. No matter how niche or unique your interests are, you'll find like-minded people and a space to pursue what you love. We know that joining a new college can be overwhelming and you might have a million questions. We were in your shoes a while back. That's why we created Ask IITM to be your go-to resource. Check out askitm.com or follow us on Instagram to know more.
All right. So we just saw a video that sort of spoke about the different aspects of life at IIT Madras and also highlighted some of the key features of it. Now we can go to particular aspects. Amrut, can you go to can you change the slide? Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay, yeah, talking about the culturals on campus. Right. Again, as we said, you can be a part of any clubs and also choose to lead your own clubs. There are multiple clubs, music, dance, art, literary, comedy, etc. There's dramatics, and yeah, I mean, and again, if you want to start your own club, you can do that as well. So yeah, additionally, that's all. Let's listen to someone who is sharing their experience in being in the dance club of IIT Madras.
Piyush, will you be able to take over sharing?
Yeah, I'll take it over. Guys, there'll be a second of delay. Okay, guys. So let's while we are able to set up screen sharing, let's talk about the sports also, because the sports at IITM is a different scene of its own. Consider the first thing that you can consider is what are the different sports that you can play. There's cricket, hockey, volleyball, football, aquatics, athletics. So apart from that, additionally, you could also um, look at the facilities of IIT Madras, right? So there's a world-class swimming pool. There's a cricket field. The cricket field campus, by the way, has been a host to um, teams such as KKR when they were, running drills for the final of IPL. So, all right, let's see the video. All right, moving on. Let's talk about something that becomes very important once you're at IIT Madras, taking positions of responsibility. So they manage events. People in different positions of responsibility manage research. They manage how our events run. They manage different bodies on campus. So yeah, let's start the video. All right, I just came to realize that there is some screen sharing problems. Um, यार साउंड शेयर नहीं हुआ था. That was the problem. All right, moving on.
Hey there, aspirants. Hey there, aspirants.
Of responsibility.
We know. Hey there, aspirants. We know you're excited and probably.
All right.
So when we were freshies and we came to the campus, I met a senior of mine. So there he first told me a term called POR, position of responsibility. So that was my first encounter where I got to know, yeah, there is something in institute where again you have to go, you have to compete with students around you. Hi, I'm Atul Kumar Pandey and I'm third year undergraduate student from Department of Ocean Engineering. I have this thing like I love to solve problems, or let's say I love to organize things. So currently I'm the placement core of my department, where my responsibility is to generate the opportunities for the students and get them placed in the better career opportunities where the company is giving. So there, before me coming to the position, we had only 2-3 core companies in my department, and currently we have some 14 core companies. So I enjoyed a lot in organizing the way the SOP which we had and calling the companies and generating the opportunities. When I was giving this JEE examination, I never imagined that I'll be heading a team where the people will be working as per path which I'll show. That is something which I have learned, or let's say what I have earned inside campus that was not have been imagined when I was there preparing for the JEE examination.
All right. Let's talk about the campus, how the campus is, the atmosphere, living in hostels, and all lessons.
Hey there, aspirants. We know you're excited and probably a little nervous too. First up, let's talk about your home away from home, the hostels. Hostels aren't just places to crash, they become your second home, your squad, your family. You'll celebrate festivals together and organize crazy hostel nights with food, music, and non-stop fun. This is where you'll build lifelong bonds. It's what builds you from a student to a confident individual.
But it's not just about the fun and games. Hostel life is also where you'll develop unwavering confidence and a competitive spirit through inter-hostel competitions like LitSoc. Trust us, these battles for hostel pride are legendary.
Now, let's talk about the campus itself. Spread across a massive 600-acre and adjacent to the stunning Guindy National Park, the IITM campus is truly one of a kind. Imagine living with Blackbuck here. It's an experience like no other. And when you're not busy studying or bonding with your hostel mates, you'll have an entire world of facilities to explore. From the open-air theatre to the innovation hub, IITM's campus is designed to empower you to freely build and grow.
Speaking of empowerment, ask IITM to be your go-to resource for all things IITM. We've been in your shoes and we know how overwhelming it can be to join a new college, especially one as vibrant and dynamic as IIT Madras. So, check out askitm.com or follow us on Instagram to get all your questions answered and insider tips on making the most out of your time here.
And let's not forget the Central Library. This place is going to be your research haven, stacked with every resource you can imagine, from good old books to cutting-edge digital databases. But the library isn't just about hitting the books. It's a relaxing space designed to fuel your productivity. With cozy reading nooks, high-speed Wi-Fi, and even a dedicated media center, you'll find the perfect ambience to chase your academic dreams. To ensure convenient access to all corners of the campus, the Institute bus service operates from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., allowing you to access all Insti spaces with ease.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about, being in hostels. What is it like being in hostel? So I just want to inform you that all the facilities are available: washing machines, sports facilities, gym, music, TV rooms. Additionally, students get together and celebrate things like Holi, Pongal, Diwali. My favorite used to be the Ganpati Puja. Additionally, students have to commute around the campus with cycles. They can't take. They can also take buses. They can also walk around the campus. It's not too far away. But powered vehicles are not allowed, so there won't be any.
So fun in IIT Madras is majorly about the people. So like the friends I got to make, so every day with them is such a fun experience. Be it just in hostel, be it just going to the rooms having Maggie. That's a whole different thing.
So alright, she also spoke about having fun at IIT Madras. So now let's also talk about the messes and other facilities. Other facilities, you can of course read them here, but let's talk about how messes are allocated. What are the different options?
Comparing to some of the other IITs, we have a centralized mess system where the mess is open for everyone. So definitely we do stand out there. We have a dedicated office for managing the mess system and the process involved in it. Hi everyone, this is Ritik Godavalli from Civil Engineering Department. I come from Hyderabad and I'm also the ex-Hostel Affairs Secretary who looks into student dining, hostel allocation and facilities in campus. When it comes to choosing messes for students, we have the messes classified into 3 types. One is South Mess, one is North Mess, and one is the most popular food court. And process involved for choosing this messes is very systematic. So this is completely online. So a preference form is released from Office of Hostel Management, and it is a first come first basis where you can give 3 preferences for all the 10 mess halls which we have, and you'll be allocated based on your preferences given. Specific veg mess which we have taken into account the request from some of the students, and we have dedicated a small space for mess area where non-veg extras are not served. We definitely have a good process how we handle the wastage. We have something called ozone where the
so
food
as you have
waste.
seen, the facilities are available. I won't go a lot deeply into the library. It simply is essentially you could find almost all the books that you need for your academics. Additionally, there are some other interesting books. Plus, the library is one of the favorite spots in Insti for people who are very academically inclined. So, if there are some questions, I would be happy to take them. Otherwise, we can move on. I'll wait for a minute or so. Yes, you can play tennis in campus. Um, Indu, meanwhile, our colleague is answering your question in type vacant text as well, but the answer is generally yes, you can play tennis. There are 2 tennis courts on campus, and yeah, the tennis culture is, yeah, it's pretty great. All right, let's talk a little bit about the best place to build IIT Madras. We just want to reiterate, before we get to this section, that what will matter more than your branch or the sports that you play or anything else is that you are able to build, because that's what IIT Madras promotes. And yeah, let's just go through the video first. This essentially is a visual inspiration of what we believe the best place to build. All right. Okay, so again, what are we talking about building, right? You can build anything. Yeah, that's the answer. But AI software, your EV, a silicon chip, or friendships, or your network of peers, or even your skills, your competencies, tangible products, the things that inspired us to be, to try and go to IIT in the first place. This is the Center for Innovation. Center for Innovation is a 24/7 run student lab. We have so many competition teams as well as interest clubs. Additionally, there are so many live projects. So I would like to show you a video about one of the most oldest teams of IIT Madras, Raftar. I won't play this for too long, but I just want you to see what Raftar does.
So, Team Raftar has been there for a very long time. We're the oldest team in Center for Innovation. Yeah, so I'm Harish. I'm an electrical engineering student at IIT Madras, 3rd year, and I'm currently a part of the core team of Team Raftar. We have been building both combustion and electric race cars, and we hold the world record for fuel efficiency as well. We take the race cars that we build and then we represent IIT Madras and India in international competitions. And the first thing that we do is we design the entire car. So every single thing that goes into the car has been simulated before in a very proper setup, and then only then it's being. Once we finish the design phase, we start with the frame building. We take
Let's not get into too much detail. We will share this presentation with all of you. So the same email that you registered with, this email presentation and the recording of the session. will be shared with you. Yes, let's talk about Nirman pre-incubation.
So I wrote JE
We'll
because
not
I
play the
was
video
interested in
entire time. It's a
engineering.
very long video, but just to tell that Nirman is a pre-incubation space where they mentor and help founders with fundraising. Those founders are students of the IITM. So yeah, this is a very fun clip. This is like, since the deck is shared with you, you can play it later on. But this is from Shark Tank, and Vinita Singh sort of talks about just being on the campus and how it was like for her. So yeah, I mean, moving on. Yeah, so not to brag, but there are so many startups that have come out of the people or come out of the alumni or students of IIT Madras. Some of the names are listed here, but the list doesn't end here. There would be at least 500 such startups.
Ather owes a lot to IIT Madras. Hi, I'm Tarun, co-founder and CEO at Ather Energy. We wouldn't have been able to start up if not for IIT Madras. So what happened is both of us graduated and took up different jobs. But we weren't super excited to work there because we didn't think we were going to have an impact. We always knew we wanted to start an energy company, and we were taking different steps at it, but we couldn't actually start up while still at campus. So 6 months in our jobs, we reached back to one of our professors, Professor RKK from Department of Engineering Design, and Professor Dr. Sandeepan in the same department. And we asked for help, and we said that, listen, we want to just build battery packs, but we can't do it if we stay on these jobs. So what should we do? And Professor RKK particularly just said that, you know what, that's what we guys trained you for. We guys trained you to be engineers. I'm not sure if you'll do real engineering if you stay in your jobs. So come back to the campus, we'll find ways to support you. Gave us that cocoon in which we could actually find the courage and the passion to go after building this. And that, I would say, was a major pivotal moment because we didn't really know we were going to start up. We didn't really know, we weren't sure it would be a startup, right? If they had not motivated us and sort of, encouraged us with that 8-9 months incubation, that incubation more than anything else is what actually led us to finally starting Ather.
All right, so as you saw, Ather Energy, the company that also sponsored Gujarat Lands, was started up at IIT Madras by students of IIT Madras with the help of professors of IIT Madras. So yeah, if you have any questions, please leave in the chat. We are answering them all the time. I can see that there are some questions that are pending. Yeah, all right. I'll just answer those questions live while we sort of close the session. Please scan this QR code and send us your feedback. We are very eager to improve our programs more so that we can address people next year. So, all right. And meanwhile, we know that some questions we won't be able to answer. Please go to askitm.com. There are so many more videos. Please go to Ask ITM Instagram. There are so many more videos for you to see. Go to community.askitm.com and you can ask questions to other students. And plus, the Ask ITM team is always there to answer you. Even if you want, you can ask for some answers on email as well. So, yeah, while the feedback form screen is shared, I'll just take the questions that have come in the chat. Yes, the PPT will be shared with you. This question has been taken. Yes, you can play tennis on campus. The screen sharing, okay, this was addressed. Next is hostels. Hostel is allowed per student or otherwise. Okay, so let's talk about the process of hostel allocation. So first year, all the students go to Mandakini Hostel, which is the newest hostel of IIT Madras, and they stay in double rooms. So there will be a batchmate of yours staying with you. But once you go to your second year, you are allocated private rooms in hostels, and each department, like for every batch of each year, they go to the same department. Say, for example, ED 2024 batch will go to one hostel, and Mechanical 2024 might go to another hostel. Okay, so this is also taken. If I am a student of mechanical, but if I want to start up in electronics, then can I? The answer is yes. I don't have any examples right now, but the fact that you have so many electives, you can learn it academically. Additionally, we showed you a video about C5. So there's an electronics club at C5 where you can, acquire the necessary skills and do some projects under it. So I think that's all. I believe all the questions have been answered. So yeah, so I hope we have collected your feedback. Indu, Nikhil, do you want to drop any closing comments?
Hi, Piyush. I got dropped off, but I'm back.
Hey, Amrut. Hi. Amrut, can you please reiterate this point?
Yeah, I mean, all through this time, I know this is the 2 weeks of your life where you will where you will worry the most or care the most about your JEE rank. But the minute you get into IIT, nobody asks your JEE rank. Uh, Opportunities are open to everyone, and there are a lot of opportunities in each and every branch. And the problem that most IITians have is that there are too many opportunities and you don't know what to do because there's just not enough time. So can you do this and that? Can you do that and this? You can do everything simply because that's how the system is designed. Every student will have his own journey. 2 students of mechanical engineering will not end up being the same person. 2 students of civil engineering will not be the same person because they would have taken different choices. What IIT Madras does is gives you a lot of options, a lot of opportunities through its academic framework, through its curricular framework, through its cultural framework, and you will also have opportunities from friends and alumni and so on. So that is the idea. That's what we want to say in all these sessions, that look, it's very, very flexible. If you want to go deep into your branch, you can do that. If you want to diversify, you can do that. It's really going to be a lot of you coming in and making decisions for yourself. And thank you for coming today. We'll send you these slides and the recording. And I think the minute I joined in, I cut off Indu as she was saying something. So Indu, if you want to say something, please go ahead.
No, not really. We can go ahead with the video.
Okay, so then what we'll do is we'll start dropping off, not answering any more questions. We'll play this video. It's about an 8-minute video. If you want to drop off, if you want to continue seeing the video, please go ahead. Thank you so much for coming. Piyush, thank you for making this happen. Nikhil, Indu, Piyush, we are all the same team. This is our 7th demo day this year, and we're very proud to represent our institute to you. Okay, see you guys. Bye.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for attending demo day. And yeah, let's just watch this video and drop off.
It may not seem like it, but this is Chennai. Located in this forest is an institution that has contributed so greatly to India's intellectual capacity that it is almost impossible to fully comprehend its impact on the world. The Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, is one of the premier universities of India, nurturing some of the brightest minds of the country and molding them into the world's most innovative technologists. In the 1950s, there was a need to create a highly skilled and technical Indian workforce. The Indian Institutes of Technology soon began to be set up, and IIT Madras was third in line. What made IIT Madras unique was their connection to a country that was synonymous with the word engineering: Germany. They offered support by providing state-of-the-art German machinery and experienced German professors to train the first batch of 120 bright Indian minds.
We had 1 week of workshop followed by 1 week of theory classes. 1 week of workshop is so intense that from morning to evening, you had to be engaged in doing lab work, machinery work.
Unlike other universities of the day, the significant amount of time spent in practical work cemented their learnings from the classroom. Over the last 60 years, IIT Madras has grown to a university having 16 departments, with most having a core engineering focus. The students at IIT Madras come from all over India and the world. They are thrust into a highly challenging study environment with regular classes and work assignments that constantly challenge them. The university is equipped with state-of-the-art equipment that helps students gain experience on industry-standard technology and keep them on the cutting edge of innovation. What makes IIT Madras unique is their focus on applied research. 37 centers of excellence give opportunities for students to pursue research in an area of their interest as they study. An interdisciplinary environment pushes students to think beyond just their selected academic courses and broadens their perspectives. The residential nature of the IIT Madras campus plays a huge role in creating tomorrow's technology leaders. With some of the smartest minds of the country on campus, the atmosphere is abuzz with new ideas and infectious passion for innovation.
The best thing which I find about IIT is not about academics, or it's not about the things that we learn, but it's about the people that we meet.
IIT Madras is a co-ed university with a rising number of women on campus.
You know, when you get tired of studying or when you just wanted to take a walk, it's like everywhere you go, it's trees and fresh air, and it's a very nice atmosphere to walk around, so it feels safe and it feels comfortable.
Students on campus have a long list of activities, clubs, events, and gatherings that keep them engaged during their free time. IIT Madras is located in the heart of Chennai, one of the 6 most populated cities in India. But once students enter the gates of IIT Madras, they enter a completely different world. A world of woodlands, lakes, and wildlife. IIT Madras is 600 acres of beautiful dry evergreen scrub forests and is home to one of India's most iconic and graceful antelopes, the black buck.
Students who are coming for the first time to the campus get mesmerized by the greenery around, and you have been shifted to maybe 100 years back in time. I mean, you name it, where will you get it in the midst of a city?
The forest and the animals that inhabit it make IIT Madras one of the most extraordinary university campuses in the world.
So we started the first phase when I was director. We completed the first phase in 2010. And now the second phase has been completed also. Since then, when Bhaskar took over as director, he's completed second phase.
I started trying to build relationship with industry and try to figure out what is going on there. And it was very natural that IIT's R&D should focus on working with industry.
The IIT Madras Research Park is a place where ideas come to life with an intent to transform the lives of people. It has currently helped launch a number of innovative companies to go from prototype to product. These companies have gone on to become pathbreakers in their respective fields.
Tayur campus is a 250-acre campus in which we are planning to set up a lot of new exploratory, large-scale, high-impact projects. Effective in a sense, it translates into something very important for our country. There is a necessity for our country to bringing that Atmanirbharta in that particular field. So my ambition is to have 50,000 students enrolled in IIT Madras, in which around 12,500 would be on campus and the 37,500 would be through our online education. With respect to international relationships, we also find that there are many countries
Like how Germany came and helped us set up an IIT. There are many places where we can go and help them build a good academic institution. Like one request has come from Tanzania, where we go and set up a IIT Tanzania. We would like to have our students become employers and CTOs rather than an employee.
IIT Madras has been on a rapid growth trajectory over the last decade and has consistently maintained a #1 position in the NIRF ranking. It is also recognized as an institute of eminence by the Indian government. With a focus on entrepreneurship and cutting-edge research, IIT Madras has set itself on a path to create an immense positive impact in society and industry by producing technology leaders who will build a truly self-reliant nation.